fuck did that do? Did I finally put up the live stream? Oh yeah, now it did. Did I finally put up the live stream? Oh yeah, now it. It's so fucking weird. Okay, now I think I got the YouTube live stream up now. Anyways, are we good, chat? Is the stream okay? Because for some reason, whenever I reload my my Twitch page, the live counter keeps resetting back to 0. I don't like the look of that. Okay, now the live counter is working properly again. It's at 3 minutes now. But now there's no Discord notification that I went live for some reason, even though the YouTube stream should be working now. Guess I'm gonna have to manually ping everybody on Discord. Oh, that's hilarious. The fucking Discord bot pings everybody now. It's literally as soon as I fucking decide to ping everybody myself. Of course. Paying any attention to the election and the polling results? Not particularly, no. I'm of the general belief that both of our political candidates are fucking trash. But I do think that one of our candidates is way more trash than the other. But it's essentially a lesser of two evils, pretty much. So, no matter who wins, it's a big fat fucking L for the entire country. So no, I'm not particularly following it at all. Is Yanagi out? Yes, she should be. Who is it? Hey, Centurion 911. Thanks so much for the 36-month resub, man. Welcome back. Really appreciated. I'm trying to figure out as we get more people in here. I'm just trying to figure out manage some stream stuff. I don't know why my stream decided to fucking break like this today, when it was working just fine fucking yesterday. You spent 2 days finishing quests to do a light cone roll, only to lose the 75-25 on Star Realm. The most horrible feeling. Yeah, it's not even a 50-50. You lost the 75-25 too, which is even worse. Okay. Also, I'm trying to change the name of the donation goal, the donathon bar, because I realized that there's kind of some fucked up text where the and symbol is, where it says AMP or whatever. I guess I can't use symbols in these widget things, but I'm trying to see if I can rename it so that you guys don't have to see that shit. But I guess I have to fucking redo the entire widget? God, if that's the case, that's gonna fucking blow dick. Like cones are 75-25? Yes, they are. And then for characters, it's a 50-50. Okay, whatever. I don't think I'll be able to change it right now. Great. What an absolutely fantastic fucking week this has been. Might as well just drop the game at this point, and I know how that feels, man. Try to bear through it. Keyword try. Also, RMRF, thanks so much for the 55-month resub, man. Welcome back. Really appreciate the resub. You're just in time to watch me lose his upcoming 50-50. Sunday got Giga buff. Jesus Christ! Why? What happened to him? What'd they change? Did you vote today? No. I don't even have a fucking car right now. And I sure as fuck am not gonna fucking waste my goddamn time walking to the nearest polling station. I don't even know where the nearest polling station is to me. They gave Fugway speed instead of EHR on her traits. That's good, cause yeah, she doesn't need that much. She shouldn't focus on that much EHR anyway. Considering the only thing that the only debuff she has in her base kit is that defense debuff. So yeah, speed makes more sense. Hope you win the 50-50. Thank you. I don't know if I will or not. I probably won't. Cindy's numbers got doubled in Nikkei, so she just got even stronger. Ult energy reduced by 20, so easier to get her ult. Nice. Yeah, her ult, Fugue's ult didn't seem like it did much. Just does damage and then what? Universal toughness damage or whatever. The one that shifted luck, that shifted luck is on our side. I'm glad that you're being positive for me. Given all the bullshit that's happened so far this week. That's about the most positive thing I've heard anyone say. Also, Fia398, what's going on, man? Over on YouTube chat. How's it going? Welcome back. I had to do some live stream maintenance because for some reason the YouTube restream wasn't happening for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why, because yesterday night the stream was working just fine for both YouTube and Twitch. And I tried going live today when the Zenless servers came back, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, the YouTube stream isn't working for some fucking reason. So I just spent like the last like 20 minutes or so freaking out on the inside trying to figure out what the fuck is happening and how to fucking fix it. And finally it looks like I've been able to fix it though. So we'll see if I have to deal with this fucking problem again tomorrow. I sure fucking hope not. Am I not gonna put YouTube chat on screen? I mean, there's not a lot of people on YouTube chat in the first place. Maybe I will. Just the question is, where would I even put it? Because like YouTube chat or not YouTube chat, Twitch chat already takes up a lot of space. Already takes up a lot of space. What? Maybe I put YouTube chat next to Twitch chat, I guess. Make Twitch chat a little bit smaller, and then put YouTube chat right next to it, something like that. I'd have to sit down and think about that. But that also means I'd have to add another widget to the fucking my stream overlay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. I hope it shouldn't be that bad. Cause like if I was able to do it for Twitch chat, how hard can it be doing that shit for YouTube chat? But I don't know. Like if shit breaks again like it did like just now when I started stream today, then shit, man, I have to do all this shit all over again. You can chat up a store and make it for the others. That's fine. You don't need to take it upon yourself. I just want you to hang out and have a good time, and just chill. Put different colored headers to differentiate and stack them. Oh yeah, I do know that there's that one thing where it combines chats, I guess. I could look into how that works. Yeah. But if it requires like me to know like some kind of coding, then I'm out of there already, because I don't know shit. Excuse me. But I'll try to look into that, you know, whenever I can. Anyways. Let's go ahead and lose this 50-50, why don't we? Finally reading chapter 14 of Arknights. Nice. But I hope you enjoy the New York Knights chapter. So that's 2 multis. It's 3 multis. Who's on rated again? Ambi and Billy. Oh, our 2 defaults. So that means that Piper copy that I just got was a random off rated. A random Seth. First time seeing Zenless roll animations. The heroes come out of like a TV or something. Yeah, something like that. It's quite stylized. When I roll a 5-star, whoever it ends up being, well, you'll see how the game presents the characters, or like whatever you get from gacha. Ooh, those are four A ranks. Holy shit. Technically, that's luckier than SSR, I think. Technically. Let's see. We digging into our monochromes now. I'm trying to think here. Do I want to save my monochromes for anything? Cause like, can't I technically buy like packs with the monochromes? Bundle shop. Let's see. Technically I can, but these are all just weekly or monthly packs, so don't really care. I think I already bought out the one one-time monochrome pack a while back already, so I think at this point it doesn't really matter. Does a special anime? Yeah. The game will tell you if you got a 5-star or an S rank when it flashes a giant ass fucking S rank symbol in front of you. It's gonna be very obvious. Did you get shop reset? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I can always double check though. Yeah, pretty sure I did. The fading signal part, yeah. Right here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Speaking of which, I gotta go buy out the monthly reset stuff from Star Rail and Genshin as well. There we go. And you saying for Division? No, I'm gonna use the fading. What is it? I'm gonna convert everything into tickets, or to more master tapes. You check mail? Yes, I did already. I guess I could also buy the monthly pass, or the battle pass. Sorry. Does the battle pass give you polychromes immediately? So I should probably buy that first real quick. Switch over to full cam real quick. Actually, no, scratch that. Buying the battle pass doesn't give you the polychromes right away, unfortunately, it looks like. Oh well. Who's in my Daki? That specific character is Kawakaze from Kantai Collection. When will new covers join the background? You mean, like more body pillow covers? None more, or no more for the time being, because I'm broke and I can't afford shit. BP ain't worth the polychromes? Nah, it's more for mats. Well, yeah, obviously. You think it's my first rodeo buying the battle pass? I was just checking if by buying the battle pass you could get the polychromes immediately, because that's what Star Rail does. Because Star Rail's battle pass gives you their Stellar Jades instantly just by buying it. You don't have to level it all the way up to like level fucking 50 or something. And then you get it like you do in Genshin. So I figured, oh, Zenless might do the same, and I thought it did. judging by the what it says it's gonna give you. But no, it does it the Genshin way, where you have to fucking level up the battle pass all the way to 51st, and then you get the 680 polychromes or some shit. But yeah, obviously I know that battle pass isn't worth it if you only care about the polychromes, bro. Like, do you know who you're fucking talking to? Ain't my first time buying battle passes. Are the monthly pass and battle pass worth it in Star Rail? The monthly pass is the ones that you pay $5 for. Those are always worth it in any gacha game, usually. The battle passes are also worth it, generally speaking. As long as you actually play enough of the game to make sure to max it out every client patch. Because if you don't max it out, then yeah, you might as well not buy it in the first place. Okay. We'll just dig into our monochrome stash then, because I don't really see a use for it. Yeah, so this is what the 5-star animation looks like. So first, let's see, just one. So it'll show you like the final little master tape picture on the TV set. It'll like kind of like flash with a shinier flash of yellow, I guess. And then it'll have the whole like, oh my god, you got an S rank with the multiple TV flashes. No purple? Yeah, this can happen. Because you're guaranteed at least one A rank every multi, but it doesn't have to be an A rank. It can also be an S rank. You don't have to get a purple if you already got an S rank. So that was fast. You didn't see the last 6 or 7 multis that I did before this, though. So no, this wasn't really fast. Maybe it was like barely under soft pity, but not by much if it were. All right, let's see who I got here. But yeah, Art of Claws. This is what the summoning animation looks like in Zenless. Yeah, looks nice with the songs and shit. Actually, first time seeing songs on rolls. Yeah, I would say Zenless's summoning animation or gacha pull animation is probably one of the best out there that I've seen personally. Because like it's extremely creative, and there's a lot of like obviously there's a ton of details that that have been put in here. So, but yeah. All right, was it number 3? No, it's probably the pull after this one. Yeah. Alright, let's see if it's her or not. Oh. False alarm, not this one. It's probably the next one. Hey, and we got it. Nice. We actually didn't lose the coin flip here. We are... How many is it? 5 for 5? For successful coin flips? Hey, Finkelberry. Shoutouts to you, man. Y'all in chat, Twitch chat believed in me. Finally, some fucking good news after this whole terrible first week, dude, or terrible fucking week, dude, so far. You weren't even summoning yet, your heart was racing. Yeah, for some people the gacha never gets old, but for me, also, Morin, thanks for the 100 bits, man. You lost your 50-50 to Nekomata. Sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully your next rolls are better for you. Camera zooms in on thighs and shit. Z3 knows their degen audience well. Yeah, they do this for every character. But yeah, that's what the summoning animation is like in this game. So yeah. Again, Zenless has probably one of the best summoning animations just in terms of sheer production value slash quality. Yeah. What is this? Favorite feature? Oh, don't mind if I do. Can you only have one favorite character at a time? No, you can have multiple. Nice. I was about to say. Okay. By the way, too, do you even get a dopamine hit anymore from gacha rolls? I feel you are fully desensitized to. At this point, yeah, I am. Yeah, gacha rolls don't hit the same anymore, like they used to. Like, it depends on the person. I'm sure there are people out there, content creators especially, who will still get a little bit, at least a little bit excited whenever they see like a, oh my god, I got an S rank or I got a 5-star or some shit like that. Even if they're just, faking it for the views, right? Because they're doing a sponsored stream or whatever. At least they can at least pretend to be excited about it. But I on the other hand can't even pretend to do that. Just because, I've rolled gacha for so long and for so much, and I'm the type of person where it's like, well, I've kind of been burned by gacha so many times already. It's like, at this point, I kind of expect the worst. I mean, you guys heard me predicting my own bad luck, saying like, well, I don't know if this is gonna be Yanagi or not. Right? I've already won the coin flip for Zenless so many times before. At some point, the luck train's gotta stop. Right? I'm gonna lose the coin flip at some point. Could be Yanagi, could be on lighter, and I don't know. Luckily, I was able to win the coin flip yet again, but, that can't go on forever now, can it? So, yeah, I'm just extremely desensitized to gacha rolls now. Especially with MiHoYo games, right? Because with MiHoYo games, with their whole soft pity, hard pity thing, right? It's even more difficult for someone like me to try to get excited for rolling gacha, because because of how the gacha is set up for MiHoYo games, because it's what, 0.6% chance, an abysmally low chance to get any 5-star, not even talk about the rate up one, just any 5-star in general, right? It's so rare for you to actually pull an early 5-star before soft pity. Right? So the vast majority of the rolls, unless you're just that fucking lucky, I guess, the vast majority of the rolls, you're not gonna see shit. Like, the luckiest you'll probably be is like, oh, you got like, I don't know, a triple A rank roll or something, a triple or a quadruple 4-star roll, and that's like, the best you can do before actually getting the 5-star, right? And then once you start hitting soft pity territory, or even hard pity territory if you're that unlucky, then at that point, you're expecting a 5-star because you're supposed to get one at that point. So, like, a lot of the excitement there just is kind of gone already. Especially, compared to other gacha games where you just don't know. At least back in the day, you didn't know what you were going to get. Like, you couldn't quite predict it. So. And then, of course, what happens when you lose the coin flip, right? Hell, even in gacha games before MiHoYo, before Genshin came out, right? In FGO, even Azure Lane, Arknights even. It's like, even when you did get the 6-star or the 5-star or whatever, right? You could still lose it, and it hurts every time you do. And that's happened so often to me that it's like, well, at this point, right? Like there's always that chance. There's always that chance you're not going to get who you wanted. And when that happens, you know, you will get burned again. And it hurts the most when you're excited for a new character and you're really looking forward to getting them, and just to get your ass spooked anyway. Like that's when it hurts the most. So kind of like as like an emotional or a psychological, like, you know, reaction, I suppose you could say. People like me who have become desensitized to gacha, or just super jaded by it at the very least, we just stop getting excited anymore, because if we get our hopes up, we know that's when we're gonna get fucked up the ass, and it's gonna hurt even that much more. So might as well not even get excited for anything in the first place. You know? But hey, that's just me and my depressed fucking ass. Obviously, it's healthier to be the other way around, where you get excited for you know, gacha pulls, because that's kind of what they're meant for you to do. If you're at the point like me when playing gacha games where you are no longer excited to roll for gacha anymore, then you should probably stop. For most people, you should probably stop playing gacha games. Because, like, for normal gacha players, the reward for playing gacha games is to roll the gacha, right? Because that's exciting, right? Because you don't know what you're going to get. And when you do get, you know, lucky and you get, you know, a top rarity character or item, whatever, you should get excited by that, even if there's a chance that you might not get what you want. You should still get excited for that. So for most normal people who play gacha, if they ever get to the point where rolling gacha stops being fun and exciting, that's when they should probably stop playing. Unless you're like me and you're just terminally addicted to gacha games for different reasons. But by that point, that's probably saying more about me than, you know, anything else, really. My expectations were low, but holy fuck. But yeah, like for me, the only thing, well, not the only thing, but like to get me to actually get excited by gacha rolls is for something that happened that I didn't expect, or something that's so astronomically, you know, lucky that I have no choice but to be like, what the fuck just happened? Right? Like, I've gotten double 5 stars on MiHoYo games before. I've gotten double character rolls. I've gotten double weapon rolls. I think I've gotten more double weapon rolls than anything, really. And I get excited by those whenever they do happen, just because it's so rare that they happen. Because they've only happened, like, maybe less than 5 times to me total. So, like, I'd freak out over getting, like, a triple 5-star or something, for example. Like, it has to take something like that for me to actually get, you know, hyped up about a gacha roll of any kind. Especially in a MiHoYo game, because, you know, rolling a triple 5-star is, like, next to impossible. Even though we've of course seen people do that. Or we've seen other, you know, streamers do that. Also, does he have a... No, she has a spear, not a sword, right? That's kind of weird, seeing that her spear has its own sheath. Usually spears aren't shown using sheaths like that, or scabbards. So that's kind of funny. Whatever. Like a sword spear kind of thing. Whatever it is. Anyways, let's try to get Yanagi as high level as possible. Excuse me. Oh god. We need more Denny's and these fucking things. I guess I did not prepare sufficiently enough for this. Yeah, back to the grind. Hey, everybody over on YouTube chat. Hopefully you guys caught my Yanagi rolls real quick. Can I predict the next event in JPFGO? Honestly, I have not been keeping up with JPFGO much at all. What, wasn't their last event the Fate Extra collab event or some shit? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to think that JP's next event is gonna be lottery, because, you know, Christmas lottery and all that. So let's, you know, cross our fingers for another JP lottery, because JP hasn't had a lottery all year this year, right? So it's prime time that they dropped a lottery event in JP. Denny list zone 0 as usual. Yeah, 1 to 60 in levels is 300 purple mats. Yeah, so obviously I wasn't gonna have enough. Hey, said Bob, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing good. About to pull for Yanagi. Hey, best of luck, man. And yeah, I got very lucky, and I managed to win my coin flip for Yanagi. So my winning streak in Zenless continues, at least for now.
弾も2倍当たるんだぜ。
Alright. But at the very least, Benny, at the very least, Billy is, max level now. C6. Or, sorry, S6, M6, M6. And hey, y'all were right. How is it? Billy technically goes shirtless on his fully unlocked Mindscape. I believe that was it for the others. I think my Ambi was already M6. Yeah, she's already M6. Yeah, naked Billy. Just like Naked Snake. We both won our coin flips, henceforth. Chat will also win. Yeah, hopefully everybody in chat gets Yanagi first try. Hopefully it doesn't take a coin flip together. He's also shirtless normally because he's only wearing a jacket. I guess so. Yeah, technically speaking. The version 1.0 Mindscapes were better than the ones we get now. These days, they're way too clothed. That's a wild thing to say. Which is funny because in Star Rail, everybody's E6s basically shows them naked, right? Just butt-ass naked. You see them from like their backside or whatever. Like the back of their shoulders or something. So I'm a little bit disappointed that Zenless doesn't keep up with that, or doesn't take that, you know, doesn't stay consistent with that. Considering Zenless is the kind of game to do that anyway. Alright, well, I still have to go grab a W engine for her. I'm gonna wait a little bit and see if she wants her own copy of lip gloss, or at the very least wait to see if what kind of W engine I can give her for, as a free to play. I also don't know what disk drive to give her. Should I just give her Chaos Jazz like usual, like Bernice, considering it also buffs electric damage? Yeah, it's anomaly and electric, so yeah, I assume we can just give her a chaos jazz. Let's equip that for now. Hey, Integer Zero. Build it for build her as a crit for the memes. Yeah, fuck that shit. Hell no. I'm good, bro. Some do complain that the M6s aren't them being butt-ass naked, but you still think it looks cool regardless. Yeah, they're still cool. But it'd be nice to have some more risque M6 art just for consistency's sake. 4-piece shock and 2-piece anomaly shock. Which one's the shock set? Shockstar? But isn't Shockstar Disco this one? That's Impact though. Not sure why we're trying to build her Impact. Unless you're saying just run her with 4-piece Thunder Metal, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. You meant electric? Okay, yeah. With Thunder Metal, as long as enemy in combat is shocked, equipper's attack increased by 28%. Huh. Really? She wants that? And then a 2-piece anomaly. Chaos Jazz actually sucks. Oh, I see. Because the whole while off field thing, yeah. So it is still a 2-piece anomaly set. So I'll take whichever 2-piece set I have good pieces for between Chaos Jazz and whatever the other anomaly set was. Freedom Blues, I think. Excuse me. But it does mean I gotta look for it does mean I gotta look for some Thunder Metal pieces. We'll give her that because it's got attack percent. This one's got AP. We can give her that. This one has attack. We'll give her the one with AP first. Let's see. Attack percent, AP, attack percent, nothing, AP. Let's check the other ones real quick first. Oh, that's hilarious. Fucking anomaly, and then it has double crit. Sure, why the fuck not? Actually, no. Let's not do that. Instead, let's do this one, because it's got AP and attack percent, at the very least. So it looks like we're going 2-piece Freedom Blues, I suppose. Are we giving her electric main stat or elemental damage for 5-disc? I assume so. This one's attack percent. I may have to use a calibration disc for this. Either or? Alright, fair enough. Whichever one you got, that's better. Technically, none of the ones that I have are that good, to be honest. Because my only options are... Let me check my Chaos Jazz set. I do have an electric damage bonus here, but the subsets on are fucking trash. Because it's just HP, defense, HP. Then again, my other options aren't even that good either. So, like, what the fuck? So, okay, I guess I'm giving her electric. I guess I'm giving her electric because I have no better option. You got Yanagi, and now you save for Miyabi. Hey, congrats, man. And yeah, best of luck saving. Them being naked will limit the poses they can do as additional art. That is also true. Do you think they'll add like an S-rank Ambi? You like her character, so it'd be nice to see her get a glow up. We'll see if they ever want to do like, you know, like different versions of a character. Star Rail does that shit, but Genshin has not yet. So we'll see if they want to do something like that for Zenless. It's too early to say. I think we should wait at least a year. We should wait until Zenless is a year old, and then we can decide whether or not, oh yeah, Zenless is the type of game to you know, like include like or add like upgraded versions of characters we already have. Because, you know, Genshin doesn't do it, but Star Rail does, so we don't know what Zenless is gonna do. Can't believe Star Rail pulled made altars before Genshin did. I mean, hey, different games do different things, I guess. With luck, we get cucked until Chinese New Year when they drip her. I don't know why they would drip market a Japanese character for Chinese New Year, but you know, maybe the Chinese bros love her that much. Who knows? I mean, they love Ayaka, so perhaps. Hey, Mr. J over on YouTube chat, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, man, I like Ambi, so I wouldn't mind seeing them include like an S-rank Ambi at some point. You need a March 5-star. Oh, I'm sure they're gonna add a March 5-star eventually, right? Because that's one of the dormant storylines we have in Star Rail, right? Because we don't know who March 7th is. We don't know where she came from. When the Astral Express found her, they found her fucking floating in a chunk of ice or some shit in the middle of fucking nowhere, in the middle of fucking, you know, in the middle of like fucking the equivalent of bumfuck nowhere in space. So yeah, I'm sure they'll add a 5-star March at some points later on down the line, much later. No, bumblefuck. English is hard. What did we want as what did we want to give her for? Oh yeah, right, Anomaly, of course. Oh, what do you know? How convenient. This does mean, however, oh, I actually do have AP Chaos Jazz here, so I can do that. Just put in whatever one is most useful. Sure, we can give her this, I guess. Okay, there you go. Then four-piece thundering metal or thunder metal and 2-piece chaos jazz. Cool. And I'll level it up later. You forget how laggy Twitch chat is sometimes. You're just gonna vibe from a YouTube chat. Yeah, which is why I dual stream, so that you can chat in whichever chat room you prefer. Cause yeah, some people obviously have a platform preference. Other people cause Twitch's video encoder is very CPU heavy. So for people with weaker computers, right, who can't really handle Twitch very well, YouTube is a much better option because YouTube's video encoder is much better for like smaller, like lower end PCs or computers or phones or whatever. A lot easier to watch streams from YouTube than it is from Twitch, because Twitch absolutely refuses to fucking upgrade their fucking streaming infrastructure. So yeah, not surprised that Twitch chat is being a little laggy for you. Didn't Kafka unfreeze the MC? Yeah, but I was talking about March. Theoretically, both March and MC are from unknown places, right? Yeah. At least they should be. YouTube is really laggy for streaming, though? For, like, streamers? No, not necessarily. I will say that YouTube does... YouTube is, as a platform, is more prone to server issues than Twitch is. Yeah. But it's not that Twitch doesn't suffer from server issues itself either. I've seen both YouTube and Twitch have some pretty bad server connection issues. Yeah. On YouTube, though, while server issues are a little more frequent, they're more regional. So even if for like one region, right, if you're an American viewer trying to watch a Japanese VTuber or something, sometimes the server can fuck up and you might not be able to watch them anymore. But like other people from other regions are still able to watch just fine. Whereas on Twitch, while server issues are less common, or they happen less frequently, when they do have issues, it's like across the entire website. Right? Like, I'm sure those of you in Twitch chat have experienced, you know, times when Twitch has had, you know, server issues before, right? Because all of a sudden when they start happening, right? All of a sudden, every streamer on the on the platform suddenly starts losing, like, starts bleeding viewers, right? Because when you try to refresh your stream, obviously, the website won't load because, you know, Twitch is having server issues. And so their viewer counts steadily keep dropping and dropping and dropping, because as soon as you leave the stream, obviously you can't come back, not while Twitch is having server issues. So if you're watching a stream, you can't leave, because if you do, that means the stream's gonna fuck up. Which is really weird how that happens, but, you know. Networking. Or network issues. It's a bitch, that's for sure. But both platforms have server issues. But as far as like YouTube being bad for streamers themselves, I don't think so. Like, it's fine. Is there a lore reason why Nilo's signature is so butt ugly? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, for watching streams? Really? You think watching streams on YouTube is really laggy? I've never had a problem with watching streams on YouTube, though. Maybe it could be because of a bad server that you were connected to at the time. I just noticed that Yanagi is spear thing. You guys see where my cursor is? I just noticed that Yanagi's weapon has like a fucking watch built into it. And not only that, it actually rotates around the entire thing, too. That's pretty cool. Glad they're bringing back a double, tacit field event. Yeah. Yeah. The watch is sick. Yeah, that's a very cool detail, actually. You missed the rolls? Yeah, sorry, JoJo fans, but yeah, we did the rolls, I think, like half an hour ago, and we did win the coin flips, so I am still, what, 5 for 5? How many coin flips did I win again? 1, 2, 3. Technically, Chingy doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. So yeah, 6 times and counting. So yeah. How do you feel about Billy as a playable character, just purely gameplay? Don't know why his playstyle feels very uncomfortable. I know I like gun characters in WoW, but doesn't feel too good here. He's weird to he is weird to play, yeah. You want to constantly like move around with him, I think. He gets some getting used to, but I think I know how to play him. I think. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom, so give me like 5 minutes, actually. I'll let you guys stare at Yanagi real quick. Okay, we're back. Sorry for the wait. Not just an event in general for 1.4. Now we can claim double as actual quality of life. As in, like, are you talking about how? Are you saying that as in Wuwa is doubling the stuff we get from Tastic Fields just by default? Or are you just saying that we can do like 2 runs for the price of 1 or something like that? Because there's like different ways that can go. Or different things that could mean. YouTube chat gets really laggy when there's like 3K chatters watching your browser trying to end yourself when you try to open any Hall live streams. Yeah, that's true. Because when it gets really fast, yeah. And everybody's spamming emotes a lot of the time. Yeah, that happens. I guess it doesn't matter which platform you're on. Whenever you got a chat that spams a whole bunch of emotes, yeah, that's really tough on any PC, really. Or that's tough on a lot of weaker PCs. Because, yeah, your computer has to, like, load all the fucking emotes, and obviously those are tougher to load than just regular text. As in, you do 1 run, just expend the weight plates as if... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's kind of what... it's like what Ether Gazer does, but Ether Gazer lets you do, like... 5 runs, up to, like, 5 runs for the price of 1 run. As long as you have enough stamina to do it. Yeah, speedrun spending weight plates faster, yeah. That makes sense. Is Imagineering Theater as hard? Yeah, Naruto. If you try to 10-star theater, yeah. The later levels can get kind of tricky because you want to save up your best characters for the final 2 or 3 levels or so. Because you have to, by the time you get to, like, level 8, 9, and 10, you have to pray that you have the right characters that can, like, do those stages really quickly. And still have enough left over to clear level 10, which is usually the hardest, most bullshit stage. And it's like, oh, you don't have the right characters for this. Oh, time to restart level 10 theater all over again. You can go fuck yourself. So, yeah, theater can be kind of frustrating in that sense. I think it goes in real time too. Yeah, I think the watch, it has been spinning around all this time, right? Coolest way Z3 devs implement real-time clocks in-game added to their workaholic characters' weaponry. True. You love Yana. She's a lot of fun to play. Yeah, I'm excited to use her. Unfortunately, I don't have a W engine for her yet. I still need to get her ass to level 60 too. Let's go do that. She's like what Kecking was supposed to be. Oof. Don't let her hear you say that. Don't let her catch you saying that. If you don't mind asking, how much Hollow merch do I have? Not a ton. Well, I say that, and I've got all those Dackies up on my back wall there. No. Relatively speaking, I've got some, but nothing like mind blowing. I think I remember buying at least like maybe 3 or 4 different merch packs so far. I've gotten at least 1 of Callie's merch packs. I forget if I got 2 or just 1 or 2. I might have gotten 2 actually. Now that I think about it, let's just say 2 for now. So 2 merch packs from Callie, 1 from Iris. 1 from Crony, and 1 from Toa, I believe. So, how many is that? 5? So, yeah, I bought like 5 merch packs worth of stuff from various HoloLive YouTubers, from my various Hollow Oshis. Baby steps. If it's like a PGR, we'll reach like 8 times. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You right. baby steps, incremental improvements over time.
まずは何かお困りですか
Let's see, Yanagi. Let's see if we can craft any. Wait a minute, what the fuck did I just do? What the fuck did I just spend my my stamina on? The fuck just happened? Why do I still only have 14 of these of the controller certification seals, the tier 3 ones? Didn't I just do 2 runs of this shit? And I didn't even get any blue ones? Like, what the fuck just happened? Also, you're right. You just reinstalled WUWA and now it's working fine. It's working fine now. Yeah, I'm assuming it's because they optimize. They're constantly optimizing WUWA. Yeah. So yeah, I would hope that it's running better for you now than it did, you know, half a year ago. Back with the 1.0. You only have 1 piece of Cali merch, even though you want more. Yeah, yeah. I too would love more VTuber merch. I just don't have the money for it. What's the most amount of money you spent on a hobby outside of gacha? Does Combat Arms count? I mean, technically, even Combat Arms had a form of gacha with their NX Rare weapon cases. You get Yanagi's W engine? No. I do not, as a rule, I do not bother getting my characters their limited W engines. All of my limited characters do not have their signatures. So my Ellen has a Battle Pass one. My Juyu one has the Starlight Knight one, which is free to play. You can just grab it from the gadget store. My Chingy does have a 5-star W engine or S rank W engine or S rank engine. But it's not hers, obviously. It's Colita's. I just managed to roll like 2 separate copies of it somehow from standard banner. So she's using one of them for the time being. But doesn't have her signature. Obviously I didn't roll for Yanagi's engine either. Caesar doesn't have her signature. She just has the bunny butt engine instead. Bernice doesn't have hers. She's got the Battle Pass one, the lip gloss. Same thing with my Jane. So no. As a rule, I don't go for W engines. And so far, I haven't really needed them either, so. Even less incentive for me to try to roll for the W engines. I just roll for the character and that's it. I would love to roll for the engines if I had the money to. But I don't, so I don't. What is better, engine or Mindscape? That's a good question. I don't know. I would assume that that would also depend on what is it? That would also depend on the character. Also, why does this girl have a unobjective marker over her head? Maybe as part of an event. Two cards only gave 2 pieces. You need 5 more cards. Ugh. For fuck's sake. Yeah, it probably gave me like the bare minimum of 2. But then again, shouldn't it have given me at least the 2 tier 3 seals as well? Because I swear I had 14 seals before I did my last 2 runs. Or maybe I only had 12 back then. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, that's just unless the tier 3 seals are not guaranteed, but I thought they were. And we'll do another 2 runs anyway. You were at 12? Okay, that would explain why then. For some reason, I thought we were already at 14, so I was like, huh, where did all my seals go? That was a really late, perfect assist. Nice titty shot. That area is new. Okay, cool. Tower was added. A tower? What kind of tower? Luckily for Yanagi, Grace's W engine is actually really good for her. So a future free-to-play option. Well, if I do end up getting Grace's engine, I'm gonna give it to her first, because I will eventually get Grace, no matter how long it takes me. Yeah, I'm just one away from doing another multi on that. Endless tower. I wonder if this is like the tower in the tower mode in Nikke. Wonder if it's kind of like that. I guess we'll see. Not yet. We can access that place now? I guess so, yeah. Yeah. I assume that's where we go in and access the new tower thing. So yeah, we can only craft 1. So let's do another 2 runs. I was trying to see if I could save some stamina to go farm for some more Denny's afterwards, because we need some more Denny's. But guess that'll be we'll wait for tomorrow. Did you use your coffee already? Yeah, I did already. I already did all my dailies earlier today. You can farm Denny's and Hollow Zero. True. True. But, let's see. Yeah, as you can see here, I already did all my, my dailies for today. Oh, you could get some Denny's for free over in the a new region expansion too, or a new map to explore. That's very cool. I can buy like 5 Denny's. That's what, 50,000 Denny's? I don't think that's gonna be quite enough though. It's barely not enough. Alright, Hollow Zero it is. Also, what was that? Mystery of Arpeggio Fall? Oh, that must be the new event. Oh, that's cool. It's part of Hollow Zero. I guess it makes sense because Yanagi's part of Section 6 and all, and that's probably a Section 6 focused event or something. Let's see. Just to make sure, chat, if I want to farm this currency right here, the Z merits, I don't think Withering Garden gives you any Z merits, no? Also, what do we need to talk to Roland for? Oh, he's just introducing us to the Arpeggio Fault event, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure Withering Garden doesn't give you any Z merits. Regular reward? Oh no, it says it gives you some Z merits right here. Maybe it's because I already cleared it. I already did my 7 clears last week. That's why I wasn't getting any more. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah. So I could just keep doing these. I could just keep doing regular 4K difficulty Withering Garden runs, and I should still be able to farm Z merits from this. Yeah, 7 times a week maximum. Yeah. So I must have already done my 7 reward clears from last week, which is why I wasn't getting any. I wasn't getting any more of these. Yeah, just 1 every day. Yeah, makes sense. I don't think I need to use that stack of insight thing because it doesn't matter for this Favorite unit so far in Z3? Favorite waifu is still Nicole. Though Bernice does give her a good run for her money. Admittedly, ouch. Gameplay-wise, definitely Bernice. There's something cathartic about watching an unhinged blonde anime girl with a fucking flamethrower on her back. Fucking, you know, burning everything, burning everybody to death. I resonate with that on a personal level. Duel's good. Yeah, we're getting some Z merits here. Lucy's pigs raining down on EX is absurd. Oh, hey, look, I do keep the ultimate if I save it going to different fights. That's good. That's good. When you get Yanagi, you actually want to ult more with Yanagi than Bernice? Really? Interesting. I'll keep that in mind if I ever run Yanagi and Bernice teams. Blonde is always a good thing. I mean, hey, if we keep getting more blondes like Bernice, I can't really argue against that. Game's glitching out for you. You are progressing through a new sector 6 chapter, or section 6 chapter to get to a certain part to it, and won't let you use the VR machine to progress. And when you try to pause the chapter, your character becomes frozen. Maybe just relaunch the client, just turn off the client and relaunch the game, I guess. See if that fixes anything. Yeah, you can proc Disorder herself, gotcha. Already tried it, does the same thing. Perhaps it is a, perhaps it's an actual bug then. Because the patch did just come out, so hopefully MiHoYo makes a like an announcement about it, because these things do happen. Pretty sure they've happened before in Z3 already. So I guess just kick back and relax for now. And then hopefully MiHoYo will be able to address it then. Am I gonna get lighter? Yes, because I won my coin flip for Yanagi. That means that I will plan on rolling for lighter in 3 weeks when it shows up, because I think lighter's pretty cool. Only problem you have with Lighter is that he looks too much like Risley. Really? He doesn't really give me Risley vibes. But that's just me personally. Like, I do understand the comparison though. I see it too. But to me, Lighter is his own thing. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong, I don't think. At least, hopefully, OP doesn't think there's anything wrong with that either. Because, yeah, Risley's cool, too. But, in my head, I mentally, like, separate Risley and Lighter, because I still think of them as two distinct enough people. I think because for me, personality is a big part of a character, a big part of a character's design. I mean, it should be. So even if Lighter and Risley share a lot of similarities physically, right, in terms of appearance, Risley's your battle-hardened, I can't say no nonsense because he does like to crack jokes every once in a while. He just does it with a straight face most of the time. Yeah, Risley's your battle-hardened, I'm the warden bitch kind of dude, right? I'm the guy in charge, motherfucker, and he's usually, got his shit together, let's just say. Whereas Lighter is also, like, technically he's also battle-hardened, but he's more, like, he's more derpy, Considering he didn't even remember that one orangutan's name or whatever. He didn't even remember who he was in story. So Lighter is a lot more, he's a lot derpier. So because of that, like, mentally I'm just like, I don't know, are they the same person? Probably not. At least not to me. Pen ratio? Sure, we can go for that. Motivation? Are we motivated, chat? You're a sucker for a character that just throws hands? Yeah, same. They just go all square up, motherfucker, and they just show up. And they just punch it, they just run around and just punch bits in the face. Try searching for King of Fighters character K-Dash. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned K-Dash because the first time I saw Lighter's character design and I saw what he did, I was like, yeah, isn't this just basically K-Dash from King of Fighters? Yeah, glad you mentioned it because I completely forgot all about K-Dash. Yeah, Lighter is basically Mitoyo's version of K-Dash in King of Fighters. Yeah, Lighter's way more similar to K-Dash from KOF than he is to Risley, in my opinion. Oh god, did Bernice just miss an entire ultimate there or whatever? nice. We were able to skip the tentacle phase. Lighter is the boy version of Dehya, but he actually does damage. One, I don't think Lighter reminds me of Dehya much, if at all. And two, Dehya can do damage if you actually build her, but nobody wants to build her because it's not worth it for most people. Don't make me pull out my own Dehya. Fire crit damage. I don't know why we want fire crit damage. Show it? Alright. As you wish. How do you build DPS Dehya though? You need C2 or C4. Ideally, you want her at C4, yes. Which is why Dehya, which is one of the core reasons why it's not worth building DPS Dehya most of the time for most people. She's just way too you have to invest way too much into her. But yes, ideally, if you want to use Dehya properly as a proper like actual effective DPS, C4 is a requirement. Because on Dehya, it absolutely fucking sucks trying to get her energy, because the way she generates energy is fucking weird and not very good at all. And she has a 70 cost ultimate, which is very fucking awkward for her. And I believe her her character stat is what, HP or something, some bullshit like that. Again, very fucking weird. Let me mute Z3 real quick. Okay. I will have my Z3 screen just on the corner there, because we're still under the Z3 category on Twitch. She's con heavy? Yes, exactly. She is very, very con heavy. Let me just explain to you how you would have to build DPS Dehya. First of all, the issue with Dehya is that, again, she only gets free HP stats. Let me just double check that by checking the wiki real quick. Genshin Dehya. Genshin wiki. What is her ascension stat? HP. Yeah, her special stat is HP. Which, it does make sense on her, considering how MiHoYo wants you to build her, or how they want you to use her, but it's absolutely horrendous for her stat building. Because she doesn't get any bonus crit stats, or hell, she didn't even get any bonus ER at all. ER is incredibly important for her. You need at least 20% on Dehya for, like, a proper rotation, in quotes. And even then, what the fuck is a proper rotation on Dehya even supposed to look like anyway? And obviously she wants crit stats, because her ultimate is where she's getting all of her damage from. Most of her damage, anyway. So this means that you have to focus on 3 stats at the same time. Double crit and ER. Which is fucking abysmal, because that means your crit stats have to be split 3 ways. So you have to somehow get enough crit stats to have a good stat line like this, and have enough ER stats so that her rotations are actually somewhat decent, or at least they're workable. Because anything below 20% and her rotations are god fucking awful, and that's with my Dehya being at C6. And we haven't even gotten to how she should be built as DPS yet. First of all, she needs C4 because her C4 makes it like she refunds her own ultimate energy by punching enemies when she's ulted. This helps out immensely for her. This helps out her rotations immensely because she's directly generating charge for herself, or she's directly generating energy for herself, which means that getting her next ultimate is that much easier. Because again, her ultimate, for some fucking reason, is 70 cost, and I don't understand why. So MiHoYo can go fuck themselves for that one. People bitching about nerfing Novalet. They should bitch more about how Dahia's ultimate is criminally fucking gibbed for no reason. Anyways, I do have a copy of Beacon on her. Obviously, it's her weapon. It's her signature. At the very least, it's you know 33% crit rate. So that's amazing right there. Literally any crit rate Claymore will do the trick though. So if you have Serpent Spine, I think that's good enough. Actually, is Serpent Spine even a good option for her, though? Crit rate, main stat, every blah, blah, blah. Actually, no, Serpent Spine is god-awful on her because she wants to take damage. She wants to get hit. So actually, no, Serpent Spine is fucking trash. Do we even have any other crit rate weapon, though? Verdict is one. The passive doesn't really fucking matter on her, though. I mean, honestly, maybe Redhorn might be useful just because it's 88% fucking crit damage. Maybe. I guess Wolf's Gravestone isn't bad because she does want attack buffs actually. Because putting Bennett on her, giving her Bennett support does tremendously increase her damage output. So honestly, Wolf's Gravestone probably isn't that bad actually. Let me check the Genshin helper spreadsheet. See what weapon, meta weapons Dehya can use, just statistically speaking. Where is Miss Dehya? The fuck is she? On-field DPS, Beacon. Yeah, Redhorn. So if you don't have Beacon, then yeah, unironically, Redhorn is probably your next best option. Yeah, just because 88% crit damage is, you know. Did somebody say stat stick? And then afterwards, Wolf's Gravestone. Yes, that makes sense. But anyways, so let's start from the beginning. DPS Dehya, at the baseline for DPS Dehya, in my opinion, is she wants a good Claymore. Right, ideally a 5-star. I don't know what 4-star she could use. Blackcliff Slasher, I guess. I guess that's fine. Technically, it's not too hard to get. You just need to sacrifice some of your star glitter, I guess, to buy a copy of Blackcliff. I guess apparently she can also use Luxurious Sea Lord too, which is kind of funny. But hey. But ideally, you want to give her a crit stat weapon because she's so dependent on getting crit stats from somewhere. So her weapon, you must prioritize giving her a crit stat weapon, ideally. And if you want to use her as DPS, you're using Vorukasha. At least in my opinion. In my opinion, Vorukasha is her quote-unquote intended set. If your Dehya is not C4 yet, then you have to run a 4-piece emblem. It's not even a question. When she's at C4, then you can afford to switch her over to 4-piece Vorukasha. The problem is that if you want to farm Vorukasha, that means you're farming this fucking domain over here. Can I find the exact domain? I think it was this one. Yeah, this one right here. You're farming this domain. And this domain, you're only farming Vorukasha set and Nymph's Dream. And I think pretty much the only character in the game who actually wants Nymph's Dream is Tartaglia. Because I think technically speaking, Nymph's Dream is his bis now. But like, I don't know who still uses Tartaglia. I don't know, maybe Mr. Tectone if he ever came back to playing Genshin Impact regularly, because I remember back in the day he had a pretty cracked Tartaglia of all people. Kind of surprising. But, yeah, farming Vorukasha is fucking miserable. Because I'm pretty sure you get more Nymph's Dream pieces. The Nymph's Dream set has higher weight, so you're gonna get, that means you get more Nymph's Dream pieces than Vorukasha. So you can go fuck yourself. So farming her pieces is ass. Trying to get her a proper weapon is ass. Getting good stats for her is ass. And she wants to be at least C4, which is also ass. I mean, she's a permanent character, sure. But, you know, getting 5 copies of a permanent character, I don't know, man. I mean, this alone already is, you know, way too fucking restricted for most people. Not to mention, her C6 is ultimately her best constellation because this one Omega buffs her ultimate because it gives her, again, more crit stats. Like, the longer she's in her ultimate, the more crit stats she gets, I think, is what this ultimate is basically saying, or what this constellation is basically saying. She gets free 10% crit rate on her ultimate when she gets C6, and she gets more crit damage the more she's in her ult, and the more time she punches an enemy to death. Or, I mean, she doesn't have to kill them, she just needs to, what, hit them? Yeah, she just needs to hit them. And when she crits. So, she has to have good crit rate. And ideally some good crit damage too. Maybe not too much crit damage because you get some more from her C6. But yeah, you gotta get her C6. Which is like, what the fuck? Anyways. And then once you've done all that, then you get something that looks like mine. Keep in mind that this stat line right here, that my Dehya has, 76 CR, 203 CD, and 122 ER, this took me 4 months to do. 4 months of just constant grinding, refreshing stamina or refreshing resin every single motherfucking day, just to get Dehya a stat line that looks like this, and then she actually can do some damage. Like, it takes her getting her a pyro cup that looks like this. And I'm pretty sure this is her most recent artifact, if I recall correctly. How much CV is this? This is like 37. So it's like, this is as best as it's gonna get for her. On top of that, the fact that this rolled world once into ER is amazing for her. Because that's what bumps her ER above 20%. Or above 120%. Technically, her what is it? Her timepiece could technically be better, actually. Yeah. But am I gonna go back to fucking farm? What is it? To farm Vorukash domain again? I don't know, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that fucking place. And a feather that looks like this, and a flower that looks like this, and then a fucking crit damage circle that looks like this. Mind you, the ER here is clutch as well. Just getting these pieces was a fucking pain in my ass. But in exchange, you have something that looks like this. Let me go to Abyss real quick. In exchange for all that, I can now do something like this. Abandoned challenge, I don't give a fuck. What does all that get you is something that looks like this. Dehya. This is my favorite Dehya team right here. I know that technically speaking, there's another BIS team for her. I think my chat told me yesterday what it was. I forgot already though, because I don't really care. I think it involves Farina somewhere. What it was, a Dehya, Bennett, Farina, and then one other character. But in exchange for all that, now I get to run a team that looks like this. Mind you, remember this enemy has pyro resist. Rotations are gonna be awkward against these motherfuckers because they like jumping around all over the place, unfortunately.
よし耐えられるかな。
On another team, or against normal, in quotes, normal enemies, that would have been done much faster. Let me go through the other floors just to see if I can give you a better demonstration of what the team's really like. But they can clear that side very easily. And remember, the first enemy there has what, pyro resist? I'm pretty sure, because they themselves are pyro. Let me go through these guys real quick first. Okay, let's see if the 12-2 is a better demonstration of my Dehya team. I forget which enemies show up here, actually. Oh, okay, this is a wrap. Yeah, these guys are fucked. Yeah, if only my Dehya rotation actually fucking worked properly, that would be nice. Well, I guess we can just do it again. Honestly, I shouldn't even use Dehya's ultimate here, because I think these are the last two enemies, but yeah. Because now I have to rebuild Dehya's ultimate again next floor, and that's gonna be a fucking bitch to do. So honestly, I shouldn't have even... Actually, no, we can just retry that, can't we? Yeah, we can just retry it. Fuck it. Because I'm pretty sure retrying, if the game forces me to do the first floor all over again, yeah. So we'll try this again. See if I can get a better rotation. Oh yeah, I have to start with Bennett first, because Shangli doesn't have her ultimate yet. Just go straight into her ultimate then. Kind of wish these two guys grouped up better together, but it's whatever. Actually, yeah, let me try that again. I want those two golems to, I want those two ruin graders to group up better together. I don't know if I can do that, though, but we'll see. It doesn't look like it. Whatever. And Dehya didn't even get the full damage buffs that she could have. Whatever. We'll just do it again. Fuck it. Yeah. Whatever. We'll just rebuild her ultimate next floor. And then what was 12-3 again? Oh, these guys should be easy. Let me just build up Dehya's ultimates first, so we get a rotation going. Yep, you should be good to go now. Let's wait for her skill to come back. Alright, let's do this. Yep, that's a perfect rotation. When I see my Dehya do at least like 50, 60, or 70k, depending on the enemy type, because obviously some enemies can have pyro resist, that's when I know that Dehya has her full buffs going. I really like that team. I really like this team, the Dehya team I'm using, because it's all pyro. I only need to worry about pyro. Because having 3 pyro or 2 other pyro characters makes my Dehya rotations very, very smooth. It's like the smoothest that I can make them, which is why I don't run her on other teams usually. Like sometimes I can, but it's I'm most comfortable with the Kazuha, Xiangling, and Bennett team. Cause yeah, because Dehya still scales with attack, Bennett's ult will still help, and it helps out massively. Obviously, who doesn't he help outside from, like, you know, the defense or HP scaling characters, and Xiangling's there for additional pyro damage, right? She and Dehya obviously will keep doing constant pyro damage to enemies, while Dehya's going to town with her ultimate, punching shit out of people. And obviously Kazuha's there for the elemental damage buff. All their buffs stacked together. And remember that my Dehya has Vorukasha, so enemies are attacking her while she's ulting, which means that she's getting the buffs from Vorukasha at the same time. The only downside is that Dehya's ultimate does not snapshot, as you may already know. But you know, I make it work somehow. So yeah, as soon as I see my Dehya do like 50, 60, 70k, depending on the enemy type, that's when I know that team's working properly. It's very important for me to hit my rotations there though, and get Dehya to start punching people while she's got her team buffs active. Because if she doesn't, her damage does just drop off a fucking cliff. Right, because you saw one of my attempted runs on, I think, 12-2, where my Dehya was only hitting for like maybe 22, 23k. So yeah, hitting rotations on Dehya is extremely important. It's just Dehya can do damage, but her biggest problem is not that she can't do damage, it's the fact that she requires such an absurd amount of, or such an absurd level of investment, that nobody is going to feel nobody's going to feel the need to build her like that, or to go through the trouble of building her like that. And which is unfortunate, because in my opinion, this is how Dehya is supposed to be played. Because if you only use her as an off-field, then you're missing out on half her kit right there. Like, Dehya is not meant to be an off-field character. Right? Not with how her ultimate works. Like, if you want Dehya to be a proper DPS character, you have to ult with her. But if you want to do that, then that means you're looking at getting her to fucking C4, getting her a crit weapon, giving her 4-piece Vorukasha. I mean, 4-piece emblem can still work, sure, but Vorukasha is what she really wants, at least in my opinion. And of course, you have to get her ultimate level pretty high too. I mean, you can say fuck her normals, because whenever you're ever gonna use those. But you know, you're looking at leveling her skill pretty high, because you know her skill is still pretty important, and obviously her ultimate too. It's just the layers to what just the kind of shit that she wants, just so that you can do whatever the fuck I did just now. No one's gonna do it. Nobody. It's far easier just to roll. I don't know, fucking. Where the fuck is she? It's far easier to just roll. Where is she? Isn't she supposed to be here somewhere? Yeah. It's just easier, far easier to just roll Arlecchino, slap her with any fucking shitty ass 4-piece fragment set, and have her do 1,000,000 fucking damage. But you know, limited character privilege, I guess. How long did it take? How long did it take for me to get C6 Dehya? I C6 Dehya instantly. The day she came out, I C6'd her. And, oh, hey, by the way, take care, JoJo fans. Have a good rest of your night. I probably saw that. I probably saw his message too late. Because I was, too busy with the Abyss. But, but yeah, I got Dehya to C6 day one. She is the very last C6 character I went for. The last one. And that was, what, a year and a half ago at this point. And remember, right, remember back when Dehya was about to come out, right? We had all the content creators putting out their doomer videos, being like, "Oh my God, guys, Dehya's really weak. We're looking at her numbers in the beta, and we don't think she's gonna be that good." And then she comes out, and then I remember Zajeff putting out a YouTube video on his YouTube channel, being like, "I wish I were wrong about Dehya, but it turns out she really is just shit," right? Even then, even in an atmosphere like that, I still C6'd her ass. Because what can I say? I love hot pyro women. You know, what can I say, man? And at the time, a year and a half ago, that was like right after I lost my... that's right, like in the wake of me getting laid off from my first job, I think. Because I've had 2 professional jobs so far. But I got laid off from my first job, and so I think Dehya came out 2 months after I got laid off from my first job, and so Dehya was... I was like, okay, I can't spend anywhere near as much on gacha games as I used to. I gotta make this one count. Who do I want to C6? Dehya? Okay, let's do it. And so I C6'd her ass. Despite me running out of money, despite, you know, all the rest of the fucking Genshin community fucking saying, "Oh, Dehya's trash, don't roll her, blah, blah, blah," you know, fucking hate jerking the fucking Dehya shit train. I still C6'd her ass. And then I spent another 4 fucking months getting all this shit for her. Getting her these kinds of fucking crits. Getting her these sorts of fucking artifacts. Just so that I can run a team that looks like... Let me replace... Actually, I can just do this. Just so that I can run a team that looks like this. Like that. That I can then take into Abyss and just fucking rip the shit out of Abyss with. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Do I recommend it to anyone else? Hell no. Fucking hell no. Don't do what I did with Dehya. I did this for Dehya because I love this character. And I stopped at nothing to make her work. I did everything that I did to make her actually viable as a proper DPS. I went all the way with her. C6, Vorukasha set, 75 CR, 200 CD, any 22% ER or 122 ER, triple crown. I went all the fucking way with her. Do I recommend that? Do I recommend anyone else doing that? No, unless you really love Dehya too. Oh, and by the way, good luck getting a copy of Beacon these days. If you didn't roll in that weird ass, that one weird ass Eula and Albedo banner, right, back in the day, back like earlier this year, a couple months back. Not even just a couple months back. Wasn't it like all the way back in like February or some shit? Yeah, that weird fucking banner where they brought back Beacon and Hunter's Path like very briefly. Yeah, good luck getting a copy of Beacon too. I guess if you have a copy of like Redhorn or something, or hell, even Wolf's Gravestone, I guess that's fine. But you really want a crit rate weapon on Dehya. Crit rate or crit damage, whatever you got. Culture takes precedent. Yes, I always preach on my channel that you should play gacha games for the characters you actually like playing. And unlike most other content creators out there, I actually practice what I fucking preach. Also, hey Cav, how's it going, man? If you do want to use a Dehya, if you still want to try making a DPS Dehya work anyway, even if your Dehya is not like, you know, C6 or anything, you can still try. Technically, I would say try to get her to at least C1, so that way you can give her an HP cup or not cup, HP timepiece instead. Because I believe, I'm not sure, I'm not 100% about this, but I want to say that if your Dehya is only C0, she actually wants attack percent timepiece. But as soon as she becomes C1, she actually changes from attack percent timepiece to HP timepiece, I think. Which is why I'm running HP timepiece on my Dehya. And obviously, generally speaking, I'm sure we all have spare HP timepieces than we do attack percent timepieces. So, just for that, you know, at least there with C1 Dehya, getting her a proper timepiece for her is at least a little bit easier, technically. Don't run Vorukasha, though, if she's not C4. Definitely run 4P's emblem. Yeah. She needs the extra energy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She requires the extra 20% ER off of emblem set. Get her a good weapon, crit stat, or like some sort of crit stat main crit stat weapon, claymore, whatever. Again, if you don't have beacon or if you don't have a 5-star, right? Blackcliff is available in a Star Glitter shop, but that requires you to spend fucking Star Glitter. And most Genshin players are saving those to buy extra pulls, so you know, do what you gotta do, I guess. Apparently, Sea Lord is also not that bad for her. I mean, hey, it does increase her elemental burst damage. That's perfect for her. So hey, you could use that. Also, it's just funny just watching Dehya run around with a giant fucking fish on her, just holding a giant ass fish like this. So hey, just for the memes, I guess. And then try to get her ultimate and her skill as high level as possible. That's the most you can really do. That and try to run her in like the best teams possible. Like you could probably try running her in the team that I use her in. The problem with this team obviously is that it requires fucking Kazuha, Xiangling, and Bennett. And these 3 characters are already using other teams. So it's like, do you really want to use this team just to make Dehya work? I don't know, man. Most people wouldn't see this team as really worth building, you know? Like, half this roster is already used for Raiden National, and we already know how much better Raiden National is already. And obviously, Kazuha is one of the best characters in the game. Most people who have him probably have him in, like, dedicated teams already, right? Or at least I would imagine so. Maybe not dedicated teams. He can work in basically any team pretty much, except for physical. But you know, running physical in 2024 Omega lol. But yes, just to go back to your original question. Who was it again, chat? Kenzawa. Yes, Dehya can do damage. She absolutely can. In the right team with enough investment, she can absolutely just shit all over Abyss. Honestly, this Dehya team has been one of my favorite teams to run in Abyss because ever since Dehya did come out and I was finally able to make her Abyss viable and give her a fucking crit stat line, a stat line that looks like this, everywhere that I've used her, she fucking shits all over Abyss, even in stages where she's technically not supposed to work. Like, remember, I don't know if you remember the previous Abyss cycle we had in Genshin, but I think on 12-1, the first floor, we had like enemies that had pyro. I still use my Dehya team on that floor, and I still beat it. The trick with that one is to make sure to kill the enemy that had a pyro shield or something really fast before they were able to pop their pyro shield. I forget which enemy that was. Some of you guys in chat might remember what Genshin's last Spiral Abyss rotation was, with the enemies on 12-1. But even there, when technically speaking, theoretically speaking, Dehya wasn't supposed to work, I still made her work there. Obviously, I'm not going to use her in floors where enemies just start with Pyro immunity already, right? Like Pyro Slimes or Pyro Abyss Mages. That's kind of eh. Even then, I've still used this team against Abyss floors that had Pyro Abyss Mages, because I just chip away at him with the Kazuha. Hilariously. Takes me a little bit, but I can do it. Or I've been able to do it. But, yeah, this Dehya team just... It's really strong where it works. The problem, like, as I've repeated many times over at this point, is it is not worth getting... For most people, anyway, it is not worth getting her to this point, man. She just takes way too much. And she's a fucking permanent character, too. So nobody wants to put in this sort of effort for a fucking permanent character. At least not your average Genshin player. And to be fair, right, and I see where they're coming from. Given that Genshin's a fucking gacha game, you only have so much stamina to work with, right? When you have so many characters to work on, and you know you want to level up the strongest characters possible. Yeah, I completely understand that. So of course Dehya is gonna get sidelined first things first. Like Dehya is definitely. I think somebody in chat asked me if she was a Dehya, if she's a luxury character. She absolutely is. She's absolutely a luxury character. Genshin reruns have turned into a clusterfuck? Yeah, pretty much. No real, like, logic to them or anything. We have Shenhe drowning in the middle of the at the bottom of the sea because MiHoYo's forgotten about her ass, apparently. Fuck, Shenhe's last rerun is older than fucking Honkai Star Rail, apparently. Is Raiden Shogun overrated? No, she's not overrated. She's still one of the best characters in the game. I made a video talking about like the best characters that you should roll for as a Genshin player in current year in 2024, and I even talked about this yesterday too. When somebody asked me yesterday in my chat about like who the best characters in Genshin are, and Raiden is one of them. Raiden is still absolutely one of the best characters in the game. She's not overrated. She's just too useful. She does too much. And I say that as a good thing. Mavuika will revive Dehya. Huh, we'll see. I thought Farina would be a better partner for DPS Dehya, but it's actually the other way around. Funnily enough. If you don't have Raiden National doesn't exist for you. I mean, you can still use other other national variants. Remember, our original national team was with Chongyun as the main carry. So just because you don't have Raiden doesn't mean you can't use national. But yeah, ideally you'd like to have Raiden though. They sold a fucking skin and didn't rerun Shenhe. Yeah, exactly, man. Fucking stupid. Absolutely fucking ludicrous. Yeah. Genshin dev team is on some shit, bro. I've heard that I have no way to verify this, or I haven't managed to verify this on my own yet, but I've heard that the Genshin, like the main director who's in charge of the Genshin development team over at MiHoYo, he used to work on, I don't know his name, he used to work on Honkai Impact 3rd, before MiHoYo moved him over to work on Genshin, back in, 2020 or whatever, or maybe even before then. And apparently, this is just what I've heard, but apparently, he wasn't very popular when he was working on Honkai Impact either. Like, apparently the Honkai Impact players didn't really like him all that much either. You heard that too? Yeah, so good thing that my the story I've heard corroborates. But yeah, honestly, like, that's fine, right? I'm not. Well, obviously, I'm a little cheesed off that Dehya is, not appreciated enough. But like, just the concept of having characters that are harder to, invest into and like make work, that alone doesn't really that doesn't really bother me, right? Because in any gacha game, right, any gacha game that goes on for long enough, you're gonna eventually end up getting characters that are noticeably weaker or noticeably stronger than others, right? It's just it just happened to be Dehya who got the short end of the stick, unfortunately for her, right? As much as us Dehya stands would prefer otherwise. What pisses me off personally is actually just one very specific thing. This is the only thing I would really want MiHoYo to fix, because I really don't know if this was intentional. I'm gonna say it wasn't, but there's this one quirk that Dehya has always had, where if she ults, right? You may have seen this before. You may have even heard of this. You may have even seen it before. But when Dehya ults, if you jump with her while she's ulted, she cancels her ult immediately. Right? At first, I thought that was intentional. Oh, hey, Blazing. By the way, Blazing392. Thanks so much for the 39-month resub, man. Welcome back. How you doing, man? Hopefully you're enjoying your week so far. Tell him to do something else? Yeah, exactly, man. Sorry, just venting? Not even, bro. That's to me, that's not venting, man. I'm the one who's venting here. So you're good. But yeah, I agree, man. Having to go work on another fucking game or something. But anyways. What was I saying? Yeah, right. Dehya's ultimate. Dehya's ultimate, for whatever reason, cancels itself when you make Dehya jump while she's ulted. She just immediately stops. And I don't know why they designed her like that. Because at first, when Dehya first came out, I was coping. I was like, it's because, maybe Dehya's ultimate goes for too long sometimes, so you want to manually cancel it. And then my chat pointed out to me, well, you can just cancel it by switching it to another character. Like, just switching to another teammate. And that cancels her ult immediately. Like all installed type ults do. Right? At least for the vast majority of them. Right? Because when any character has like an elemental burst that like installs them with something, right? When they power themselves up with their ultimate, like Itto, Dehya, Raiden, right? When you switch to another teammate, it cancels their ultimate immediately, right? When you switch back to them, they don't have their ultimate anymore. So like Dehya being able to cancel her own ultimate just by jumping, is truly bizarre, and I don't know why they designed her like that. I really don't. It gets weirder than that though, because or it gets even worse than that though. Not even just weirder, it's just straight up worse. Dehya's biggest counter, or the biggest counter to my Dehya team, other than of course just enemies who are immune to pyro, normally, is are enemies that combine Hydra and Cryo, right? Freeze enemies that can freeze you, because when you get frozen, you have to press spacebar in order to jump out of it, but you jump out of it. So if Dehya gets frozen while she's ulted, and that can happen, that means that pretty much is the end of her ult, because you have to spam spacebar to get out of it. And by the time you're able to shake her out of it, she jumps. So there goes your ultimate. So that fucking blows. Oh, and even more bizarre than that, on rare occasions, some enemies in the game, especially enemies that like to burrow into the ground and like pop up underneath you, right? There are some enemies that do that. I think the Scorpion consecrated beast that we just fought in Spiral Abyss just now can do that, right? If you use Dehya against enemies that burrow into the ground and they pop up above you and like knock your character up into the air, Dehya cannot get interrupted while she's ulted, but she can still get knocked up into the air. So what happens is when you fight an enemy like that with Dehya and she's ulted and the enemy burrows and then they pop up out of the ground and push her up into the air, right? They knock her up into the air. She doesn't go into like the usual tumble animation that the flinch, the knockback animation that most characters go into. She just keeps ulting. The problem is that as soon as she leaves the ground and goes up into the air, she gets bugged immediately, where you can no longer rapid fire her ultimate punches, and she just punches at the default rate, which is very slow. Because with Dehya, when she ults, right, she has two attacking speeds. One is if you just let her just not even press anything, and she just kind of punches like boom, 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 boom. It's pretty slow. But if you spam left click, she doubles her attack speed, and she goes boom, 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 and that's very good. Obviously, the faster she attacks, the better, because you know she's on a timer with her ultimate, so you want to get as many punches out of her as possible. So the fact that when she's ulted and she gets pushed up into the air for any reason, literally for any reason, her ult gets immediately bugged, and you can no longer use her fast attack speed. She's stuck on her slow punch speed, and that just kills her DPS right then and there. I don't know why it works like that. I don't know. I have no fucking idea why they design it like that. That's the one thing I want MiHoYo to fix. They can keep Dehya the same everywhere else. I actually don't have a problem with Dehya as she is right now. I don't mind that she's one of the weaker characters, to be honest with you. Right? Because, again, like I said earlier, that's just how some gacha characters turn out to be. Right? It's not even like, you know, I can excuse MiHoYo for that one at least. But why her ultimate is designed like this, I have no fucking clue. And whoever designed her like this should get fired immediately. Or at the very least, fix her fucking ultimate. And it's truly bizarre because very few other 5-star characters have this glaring fucking flaw. I'm sure there are some, but I don't think any other 5-star in Genshin Impact has this big of a flaw, a gameplay flaw, a design flaw, as Dehya does. Why it's not patched? I have no fucking clue. I have no fucking idea. Well, I have some, but they're kind of politically sensitive, so I'm not going to mention it unless you really want me to. But that aside, yeah. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that half an hour long Dehya tangent / rant. I don't know how long I've been on Genshin for when I should be on Zenless, but yeah. Thanks for listening to me vent about Dehya at least. Anyways, back to Zenless. Be MiHoYo, create an awesome bounty hunter character, a hot one too at that, but make her mid. Seriously, man. I mean, she can be good, but for most people, she'll forever stay mid because the level of investment that you have to put into her is just, it's just ludicrous, man. No regular Genshin player will ever feel the need to build her like that, or to invest that much into her in the first place. Unless they really love her, but even then, right? Like, loved alone for a fucking anime character alone doesn't get you extra constellations for her, does it? You want to use it, but you think it'll be a while. I think if you really want to use her, Kenzal, you can definitely start on the path of making her good. You can at least use her as an off-field DPS, even if you can't use her ultimate. You can still use her as an off-field, I think. You would just have to really focus on her skill, though, I think. And then like try to get damage out of her ultimate here or there. Because Dehya's ultimate does definitely have some utility in certain areas. Like maybe to like break cryo shields or something like that. I guess she'd be pretty good for that. But you can at least get started. You can obviously, you know, despite me ranting about, oh, she needs this, this, and this to be good, you can still definitely try it anyway, right? You never know. Maybe the results may surprise you. So, if you truly want to believe in Dehya, then I'd say go for it. I hope that the example that I've given you just for myself, right, and telling you how much you know, blood, sweat, and tears I put into gearing Dehya the fuck out has inspired you to try building Dehya yourself, even knowing that it's probably not the best thing for you to do. just meta-wise. You know, I'd be honored if you were inspired by watching me play Dehya just now. But, you know, just I want to let you know just exactly what you're getting yourself into. By the way, Blazing, thanks so much for the 5 gifts of subs, man. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much for your generosity, man. Cheers. I really hit you with the TED Talk about Dehya. This is video material. Hey, maybe I can look into like, you know, seeing if I can make a YouTube video out of this. I don't know. Maybe I can ask my YouTube editor to look through my my VOD today and see if he can't make a video out of it. That's why you're still a D-Luke loyalist? Yeah, man. Another side tangent here, but we all know that MiHoYo players love to fucking bitch and rant about power creep, right? They have no idea what true power creep really is. Like, if what MiHoYo does to their games in terms of power creep is, if this is the extent of their power creep, then I say let MiHoYo keep power creeping the fuck out of us. Cause yeah, obviously our newer characters are stronger than our older characters, generally speaking. But if your fucking D-Luke from year 1 can still kick ass and chew bubblegum and clear and help you clear, you know, Spiral Abyss and get 36 stars on it, then who fucking cares, bro? So yeah, just be a character. It's honestly, to me, it's better for you if you were to be a character loyalist, because that way you actually have fun playing the game, or you'll have more fun on average playing Genshin than your average, you know, fucking meta whore who just runs Raiden National all day and misses out on like half the fun of playing a gacha game, which is to play with characters that you actually like. At least the story is decent, and that's enough, I guess. Yeah, maybe. But obviously for a lot of people out there, they'd prefer, you know, if she were a little bit more than just, you know, oh, a good storyline. But, you know, sometimes that's just how the world works, I guess. So for C0 or 1 Dehi, run 4-piece emblem and Star Glitter, plus Star Glitter Claymore. Yeah, the Black Cliff one, and Mono Pyro. I guess? I don't know how much you would want to use Mono Pyro for a C0 or 1 Dehya, though. Because what was the new BIS team for Dehya again? It was like Dehya, Farina, Bennett, and the 4th character? I forget who that 4th character was. So you'd probably just want to use her in a team like that instead. Yeah, honestly, I would say if your Dehya is not C4 yet, I would actually suggest for you to run Dehya with Farina. Because instead of focusing on Farina's own, focusing on Dehya's own damage, the reason why Dehya and Farina is a good combo, generally speaking, is because Dehya allows Farina's skill to do insane reverse vape damage. Because from my own testing last year when Farina first came out, I found out that because Dehya attacks so fast with her ultimate, right, she constantly puts pyro on enemies, which means that combined with Farina's skill, right, and Farina's skill doesn't like shoot doesn't shoot Hydra bullets that fast. It's like once every like a second and a half, 2 seconds maybe. Farina is guaranteed to always do reverse vape damage. And not only that, but while Farina's skill is going, they're reducing Dehya's HP, so it helps Dehya, you know, out with her shit. But I guess that would mean that you'd have to run her with 4-piece forward Kasha, but you don't want to really do that. You prefer just running her with, what is it? You prefer just running her with 4-piece emblem instead. Maybe you also run her with Raiden, maybe? Maybe Raiden would be a bad idea. So what would that team look like? Dehya, Raiden, Farina, and Bennett, maybe? You love her ultimate? She's the only one that punches the shit out of enemies? Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, I fucking love her ultimate. She just says, fuck this, tosses her big-ass claymore aside and just goes to town. Fucking, you know. Just assume the stance. This is the stance. Ow. And it just starts clobbering the fuck out of people. Here's an idea for a video series. Make a series of guides for unpopular characters that people can use with explanation for the what's or whys. I would argue Dehya is really the only one that really qualifies. Every other character in most other characters in Genshin aren't as drastic as, say, Dehya. Maybe some other characters could apply, like maybe Yoimiya, but Yoimiya is pretty much a solved character already. She's strong enough and she's very popular that people have like figured out how she works. So I don't know what making a guide on Yoimiya is gonna do. I've already made a guide on Shiori actually. So, you know, mission accomplished there already. As for everyone else, it's like yeah, I don't know who else I can make a video like that for. Like, it's really only Dehya that I can do that. I don't know. Shinyan? I guess I could make a video on Shinyan, sure. Because I actually do play her from time to time. And I have built her quote unquote optimally. Actually, does my Shinyan have Red Horn? I think she does. Yep. Yes, sir, she does. I have, in fact, given her her own copy of Red Horn. People don't understand that if you refine a single character, you'll feel more passion playing the game rather than just rolling the newest character and building them for the sake of meta. Yeah, and that's kind of the paradoxical thing with gacha games. You want to roll for new characters because that's kind of the whole point of playing gacha games. And rolling gacha is obviously very exciting for most people, for most gacha game players, because if they weren't, why would you bother playing in the first place? But at the same time, because you're constantly going from one new character to another, you never feel very attached to any of them. Unless, like, one of them is, like, your all-time favorite waifu or something. Like, finding a character that you truly resonate with for literally any reason, because they're a waifu or a husbanda, or you just really like the way they play, because you feel very comfortable with it. Yeah, literally for any reason, that's what anchors you to gacha games. Not necessarily the fucking newest, the latest and greatest meta characters. Fuck Mavuika, you're pulling for Cloud Retainer. God, when she's getting her when she's getting a rerun. How is Bernice? Is she mid or decent? She's top tier. Right now in Zenless we have what's called an anomaly an anomaly meta, where instead of trying to build characters with traditional crit stats, you run characters like Bernice and Jane who scale with anomaly. And Bernice in particular synergizes very well with other anomaly characters, because she lights enemies on fire, she puts a burn debuff on them, and then you switch to another anomaly character who attacks those enemies who she's burned, and those burn debuffs or DOTs, I forget if they're DOT or if they're proper debuffs. They detonate on them the more times they get attacked by your anomaly teammates. I think that's how it works. And those do, and the resulting, I don't want to call them reactions, because then I'll confuse that for Genshin. But the damage you get out of Bernice's teams is like immense. It's enormous. And for like a fraction of the amount of investment you'd have to put into like a standard like crit damage, crit rate character, like a standard DPS character. So Bernice is absolutely top tier as of right now. And with the release of Yanagi, it seems like she's going to stay up on the top for a long time. So Bernice is very good, Cav. If you didn't roll for her before today, because Yanagi's banner just rotated in today. You know, sucks that you missed out on it. But try to wait for her rerun whenever it happens. We're in the Genshin phase in Z3, and I mean in the sense that Zenless has just come out, and you know, the meta is still like, you know, forming. Yeah, it's still very malleable right now. If you're up for it, do a series of me playing a fresh new free-to-play account. I don't know if I want to do that. If I didn't play so many gacha games already, I'd strongly consider it, but... Excuse me. Shen Yun or Cloud Retainer is getting a rerun with Lantern right now. That makes sense. Hopefully they give Shenhe a fucking rerun too while they're at it. You main Yoimiya for 2 years straight? Yeah, man. I still run Yoimiya with Yelan, Zhongli, and Bennett every now and then still. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, Yoimiya is probably the character who's the most similar to Dehya, because there's a few things about Yoimiya's kit that don't really make sense either. Right? Like why would anyone use her charge attack that like spawns like those 3 extra arrows, right? Or those 3 extra pyro shots? The way Yoimiya's ultimate works is also kind of janky as well, and not very optimal. Like literally the only thing that Yoimiya has going for her is her skill that turns her shots into pyro. But hey, at least that one's very strong. Not to mention, you know, she's a normal attacker, so she works with your Hydra off-fielders like Xingqiu and Yelan. So Yoimiya still has it better in general than Dehya, just because, you know, she's still easy to work with, and, you know, generally speaking, she's easy to gear, because, you know, hey, what is Yoimiya's best artifact set? Oh, it's that other, you know, that other set, the Shimenawa set that you can farm while you're farming, you know, Raiden's emblem pieces. So it's like, oh, so, you know, if you have Yoimiya, while you're farming emblem, you can farm some more Shimenawa pieces on the side, and maybe you'll get some good ones along the way. And if you do, you just toss them over to your Yoimiya, see how they roll out. Hey, Shanna Cinnamon, good name, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Welcome to the stream. What's my origin story of how I got into gacha games? Oh boy, the origin story. Back in 2017, back in 2017, one of my IRL buddies, I call him Protagonist because that's how he goes by online. He was playing FGO JP back in the day. He was like really into it, and so he kept bugging me for like a half a year straight, leading up to Anime Expo 2017, to you know, get me to try FGO. And at the time, because I didn't play any gacha games or just mobile games in general, I was like, nah, I think they're kind of lame. I think mobile phone games are kind of lame. Like I'm good, you know. You know, I don't think this is for me. Did you roll for pink hair girl? Yes, Jalter, I did. She's right here. I need to roll for more Denny's though, in order to continue leveling her ass up. Actually, let me see if I can grab some more Denny's here. So, oh yeah, we actually got quite a bit. Oh, yeah. It means I can actually buy out the last tape there. Let's see, Denny's. That should be enough. But anyways, continue with my story. So yeah, my buddy basically kept bugging me to play FGO JP, the Japanese server for FGO. Stands for Fate Grand Order. And so finally, when Anime Expo 2017 rolled around, and Anime Expo is the biggest anime convention in North America. It's located in Los Angeles, Southern California. He was like, hey, you know, FGO's planning to put out an English server. Matter of fact, it's already out now. You should try that at least. I was like, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot then, because I figured, oh, we'll be waiting in lines a lot for Anime Expo, because, you know, me and my buddies have been going there for a long time, so we're like, okay, well, I guess I'll download FGO then, just so that I have something to do while, you know, waiting around on lines and shit. So I did. And so that's how I got into gacha games. And then I kept, you know, getting into more and more gacha games afterwards. Just the downward spiral. However, I was very close to not playing gacha games at all. And to explain what I mean by that, when my friend protagonist first convinced me to start playing FGO, he recommended that I reroll for a 5-star character, so I could start with the 5-star character. Basically, you know, if you've heard of people rerolling for different characters, then you know what I'm talking about. And so I did that at my friend's recommendation on my account. But because the phone I was on was a piece of shit, and it took me like 20 minutes at a time just to do one account reroll. I was like, I went through it like I think 2 or 3 times, and I was like, nah, fuck this, man. It's just taking way too long. Like, if this last one here that I'm about to do doesn't get me a 5-star, I'm out of here, right? I'm just not gonna bother. And so on my last reroll possible, on the very last single roll that I could have done, I roll a 5-star. So I was one single away from just dropping gacha games altogether. But because of that one single that happened to be a 5-star, and FGO has 1% SSR rates, by the way, off that 1% single roll that happened to give me an SSR, here I am. So this timeline is truly fucking weird. But that's my origin story of how I got into gacha games. Basically, friend bugged me to play. I re-rolled until I got a 5-star, and I was like, I started playing FGO, which was the first gacha game that I played, or I picked up, and I was like, hey, these gacha games aren't too bad. They're actually kind of fun. And the rest is history. Have you tried using Yunjin's constellations to make normal attacks fast? If so, Arlecchino and Yoimiya are cracked. Oh yeah, I've used Yunjin before, yeah. I still prefer running Yoimiya with Yelan and Zhongli, though I guess technically I could replace Zhongli with Yunjin instead. Yeah. I just like running Zhongli with the Geo CEO dude with Yoimiya, because Yoimiya's attack combo, or her normal attack combo, is very important because she gets the most amount of damage out of her last shot, her 6th shot. And if you don't go all the way through with her attack combo, she misses out on quite a bit of damage, because her last shot has the most damage scaling, or the highest damage scaling, so she does the most damage with it. And obviously Yoimiya being an archer, she wants to play at range. So if enemies go up to her and like hit her, then they can potentially interrupt her. They can interrupt her attack combo. So that's kind of why I like running Yoimiya with a shielder. I guess technically Yunjin could also give Yoimiya shields, right? Because Geo and crystallize and shit like that. Not only that, but Yunjin should speed up Yoimiya's normal attacks. So technically, I should be able to. I should have a better shot at like using her entire auto chain or her normal chain. But yeah, I like Zhongli. He's a comfort character for sure. But I don't know. Maybe next time I run Yoimiya, I'll replace my Zhongli with the Yunjin and see how that team feels. I can give it a shot. Let's see, 53. Okay, we got a lot of XP to buy out. You think you can leave gacha hell? No, I have willingly chosen to stay and continue roasting and burning myself in this hell. I enjoy gacha games, man. I like the reason why I enjoy gacha games so much is the leveling process. The leveling process and making your character strong, man. That's some fucking crack for me. Like, let me pull up my my Genshin again real quick. So Genshin. Let's do this. Genshin. Oh, actually, do this. Yeah. Let me pull my Genshin real quick. Every time I pull up my character roster, right? Like this shit is some crack for me, bro. Like knowing that I have not all the characters in the game anymore, because now I'm missing Kinnich, I believe. But having almost every character in the game and knowing that I have almost every single one of them fully built and ready to go, right? Even my Amber, who's level 90, has max skills or max talents, minus crowns, of course, because you can't farm crowns. Well, constellation is whatever. But you know, she's got a workable artifact set. I've given her her own weapon, and she's properly geared, right? Where she, you know, I want to use her as a support. Okay, so here we go. I feel like using Amber today. All right, cool. I get to throw an Amber into this team. Let's go. Right? Literally, I can go into my roster here and be like, oh, I feel like using Rosaria today. Well, guess what? She's already built. You know, my Rosaria's got 52.4 CR, almost 250 CD, 121 ER. She's got her own staff at Homa. She's got a two-piece Blizzard Strader, two-piece Noblesse, right? She's C6, and I've even triple crowned her too, right? I just really enjoy the leveling process in this in gacha games, man. Obtaining new characters, leveling them up, gearing them up too, right? So that at the end of the day, I can you know, stand back and take a look at what I've accomplished for them, right? Be like, oh yeah, I can sit back and look at my Mona, and this is the cup she has. A fucking 40. How much CV is this actually? 15.6. A 45.1 CV Hydro Cup. Like, damn, I really rolled this, right? Like, take a step back and look at my Shenhe, right? 75 CR, 145 CD, 140 energy recharge, signature weapon, two-piece Shimenao and Gladiators, with an off-piece that looks like this, 40 CV feather, 40 and not quite 40 CV timepiece, but hey, it's good enough. 40 CV attack percent cup. Whatever the fuck this is. Not quite 40 CV, but hey, this is exactly what you needed. Right? I just really enjoy this, man. I'm not going to willingly leave gacha games anytime soon. Also, thanks Hannah for letting us know the 5.2 stream was announced. Is it later this week? And is it for... yeah, it has to be for Genshin. Because 5.2. Let me check the Genshin Twitter itself. Yes, it is... yeah, later this week. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Hannah. How long have you been playing Genshin? 4 years. I was a week... I'm not a day one player. I wasn't a CBT tester either. Or I wasn't a closed beta tester either. But I hopped on Genshin a week into the game coming out back in 2020. So I think November? First week in November back in 2020. So officially I've been playing for 4 years now. And I finally hopped on after watching literally every streamer under the fucking sun get sponsored to play motherfucking Genshin Impact. So I was like, alright, you got me. Caught. I guess I'll start playing Genshin now. And I'm glad I did. He's day one? No, not quite day one, but like week 1 or something. Week 2 technically. But I've been playing gacha games for a lot longer than that though. I've been playing gacha games for 7.5 years at this point. Because my very first gacha game I picked up in June, late June / early July of 2017. So it's going on 7.5 years. All right, Finkel, thanks for hanging out, man. And yeah, thanks so much for your good luck on the Zenless banner. still can't fathom how you'd even be capable of playing 6 gachas consistently, let alone how I'm able to play 11. Without trying to sound like a smug asshole, I am just built different. Because yes, most people are not built to handle more than like a handful of gachas at once. I keep saying that for most normal players, most normal casual gacha players, the most they can really handle is like 2, maybe 3. Any more than 3, and it becomes way too. It becomes too much for most normal casual gacha players to be able to handle that many gacha games at once, and like still be able to keep up with all of them. Most gacha players only really play like 1 or 2. Even if you see people on Twitter, you know, flexing the number of gacha games that they have on their phone or some shit, right? And be like, look guys, look how addicted I am to gacha games, right? And it turns out they only have like fucking 4 or 5 or 6 gacha games. Like, I'm willing to bet all the money in my bank account, which isn't much to be fair, but I'm willing to bet it to say that, oh yeah, those people on Twitter who like to flex how addicted, in quotes, they are to gacha games, they probably only play 1 or 2 like on a regular basis. The other gacha games, they probably just like tried for like a day or 2, and they just never bothered playing it again, you know? Or like maybe they just log into those games like every now and then, right, to say that they play. But most people cannot like keep up consistently with like any more than like 3, because any more than 3, that means you are by definition you are no longer a casual gacha player. Maybe you play each of your gacha games casually, like individually, but overall as an overall gacha game player, you are no longer casual, because the amount of mental stack, or like the mental juggling that you would have to do in order to juggle 4 different gacha or more than 3 gacha games at once, it starts adding up, and a lot of people just can't handle that. Or even if they can, they don't want to. You can't handle that many gachas, or maybe you don't have enough storage. Even if you did, right? Even if you did, it's just... Yeah, because let me tell you, at this point, with me juggling like 11 different gacha games at this point, like, it does take a lot out of you. Yeah, it takes up a lot of my day just managing all the gacha games. And remember, all these gacha games also have their own events too that you also have to take care of if you want to keep up with them, right? So... And it's just gonna get worse for me from here on out, because there's a lot of other gacha games in the future that are coming out that I would absolutely love to try. So it's gonna get nothing but worse for me heading out from here on out, which is part of the reason why I want to try to make it as a content creator. So that way, it's my literal job to play gacha games. That would be the absolute fucking dream, and that's why I'm working towards that. That, and you know, the gacha content creation community as a whole, just in general, this obviously doesn't apply to everyone, but a lot of gacha content creators out there, I don't know how else to put it, so I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I don't think they deserve their positions as being called gacha content creators. Like, I've said this before, but if you call yourself a gacha content creator, like a streamer or a YouTuber, but the only content you produce is on Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, and maybe Wuthering Waves, if those are the only gacha games you make your content off of, or like your main content off of, you're not a fucking gacha gamer. You're a fucking MiHoYo player. Go fuck yourself. Like, I get it, right? I get it why people, you know, gravitate, or content creators gravitate around MiHoYo games, because they're the biggest ones. Like, of course, that's natural. Even I'm doing it, right? Because the games that I usually stream and whenever I, you know, make content is usually centered around MiHoYo games. But I do that because I know that that's what's going to get me the views, because these are the most popular gacha games. And if you want to become a gacha content creator, you basically don't have a choice but to make, if you want to be a successful one, right, and you can make a living off of of being a gacha content creator, then you kind of have to make content on MiHoYo games and other like big production gacha games that are coming out in the future. But to call yourself a gacha content creator specifically, no. Like, sorry, but gacha games are not just those four. Like those four big gacha games that I mentioned. Like, would it surprise you to know that there are so many more gacha games out there than just those four? Like there's like layers on layers on why I want to become like a bigger gacha content creator one day. And I'm just trying my absolute hardest to like get my name out there, increase my notoriety like I'm playing fucking like real life GTA or some shit. Cause these MiHoYo players, these gacha content creators don't know what a real gacha player looks like. Not until they've seen me. And I'm not even trying to say that to sound like a fucking prick, right? Normally, I wouldn't bother bragging about something like that. But you know, in this era, in this atmosphere of content creation, right? If you don't flex yourself somehow, no one's gonna know about you, because everyone else is too busy fucking screaming at how about their own content and whatever the fuck they're doing. It's almost like I have no choice but to be a fucking asshole about it and flex to people how much of a fucking degenerate gacha player I am. But I guess that's how this world works these days. Cool, dude. Wish you luck in gacha. Yeah, man. Just trying to let you know where I'm coming from. But yeah. I hope I can do it. I fucking hope I can make it. But we shall see. You got Red Makas early. Hey, congrats on an early S-rank Bangbu. Can't wait for my collab with MiHoYo content creator number 69. Nice. Who's pink hair, big titty from which gacha? Oh, for today we rolled for. Let me switch back to Z3 real quick. We rolled for this girl, Miss Yanagi, in Zenless. Pink hair, big titty, big thighs too. Look at that titty jiggle. You're jaded, bro? Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you're talking about me, yeah, hell yeah. I'm so fucking jaded. 100% agree. She looks quite awesome in Z3. Yep. I like her a lot. I'm glad I got her. Just need to level her up a little bit. Grab some more XP items for her. And then farm some of these things. I guess I can unlock that first. What does she want again? High dimensional data, destructive advance. I don't know which one this is, but I'm gonna have to farm a few of these things for her to maybe get it to like 3 or 4 core skill enhancements. I also need to figure out which engine I want to get her to. Apparently, she's got quite a few good free-to-play options, so. I'll wait for people to figure out exactly which one's the best for her, and if I need to grab like another battle pass lip gloss for her, then I will. Office lady goes hard. She's got that like office lady and the operator vibes, like the hybrid operator / office lady vibes going on with the earpiece and all. The earpiece, the gloves, obviously the weapon. You don't even fight the jadedness. Hey man, earlier the stream, you should have been here when when someone in my Twitch chat asked me if I even feel anything from rolling gacha at all. You should have heard me then. I'll just briefly repeat what I said then, but like I don't feel anything from rolling gacha anymore because I've played gacha for so long, and back in the day before 2022 at least, I used to roll a shit, or before 2023, sorry, not 2022. Before 2023, when I actually had a decent paying job, I whaled the fuck out of gacha games, bro. Yeah. I love spending money on gacha games. Like, you see, another side tangent here. Hopefully I don't rant about this for too long. But you guys have probably noticed how, you know, a lot of gacha content creators out there, streamers especially, like, they try to, like, keep their spending on gacha games, like, on the down low, right? They try to keep it low key, right? They all, you know, all these content creators out here, all these gacha streamers out here putting shit like, you know, free to play, by the way, in their gacha titles or whatever, right? They try to make a fucking status symbol out of them, like not spending any money on gacha games because they're trying to like cater to their free to play players, like be a relatable streamer and all that shit. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, bro. I spend money on gacha games and I fucking love it. Because I want these characters and I want to build them and I want to fucking play them. And if I have the money and I want to spend for them, I will fucking spend my money for them. I ain't got no fucking, you know, shame at all. Like, if you don't want to spend money on a gacha game, that's fine. I'm cool with that, right? If you want to be free to play, I'm sure you have your own reasons. Maybe you just don't have the money to spend. Maybe you don't want to spend money on a gacha game because, you know, you're not very comfortable with that. Your reason can be you can have literally any reason. I'm cool. But for me, you know, I like spending money. If I have it, at least. Right now, I kind of don't, because of my real life situation, but I enjoy spending money. And so if I have it, I'm gonna fucking spend it. Because that's how I play gacha games. And I'm fucking proud of that shit. But anyways, that tangent aside, yeah, so earlier in my Twitch chat on my stream today, I was talking to one of my viewers about how, oh yeah, like I don't really feel anything from rolling gacha anymore because I've been playing gacha games for like the last 7.5 years, and I've rolled for gacha. I've spent so much on gacha on other games too, but two for that matter, and I've done so many gacha rolls that at this point, right, like rolling gacha itself is no longer really that exciting anymore, because at the end of the day, I kind of know what to expect, right? You roll enough, and eventually, you know, you'll get a 5-star. Maybe it's the one you're looking for. Maybe it is the one you're looking for. Maybe it's not. If it's not, then, you know, go fuck yourself. You know, try again. I would say especially when MiHoYo games really started getting into full swing, right? Maybe by the time, you know, Genshin was out for like 2 years or so. MiHoYo games, especially, the way MiHoYo's gachas are set up is that, remember that MiHoYo games have a very low chance of giving you a 5-star just by default, right? Because it's like 0.6% or something. It's like very difficult to get a non-pity 5-star. Right, so while you're building up towards a pity, it's next to impossible to get a 5-star early, right? Because whenever you do get an early 5-star, that's huge, right? That saves you so much extra gacha currency. Even if you lose the coin flip, at least, you know, you don't have. If you get it early or earlier, right? That means you didn't have to spend as much currency, as much primos, stellar jades, polychromes, whatever, to work towards your next 5-star, right? But most of the time, that's not going to happen. Most of the time, most people, when they roll on a MiHoYo gacha, they're looking at going at least all the way to soft pity. And God help you if you have to go all the way to hard pity, right? Hopefully that never happens to you, but sometimes it does, and it sucks. So because of that, just psychologically, at least for me anyway, I've been Pavloved into not really expecting anything out of rolling gacha, at least until we start going into soft pity territory. But even when we do get into soft pity territory, once I know that I'm gonna get into soft pity territory, then I start expecting, okay, we're gonna get a 5-star here soon. We're gonna get a 5-star series, 5-star here soon. We're gonna get an S rank here soon. Oh, there it is, right? Because soft pity, right? 30% soft pity or whatever. So just expect, just wait for it. Okay, there it is, right? So there's not like a lot of like the surprise element. It just kind of goes out the window, to be honest with you. At least compared to a lot of other gacha games. Because other gacha games that have, you know, better gacha rates, right? You can still have that sort of like oh, I don't know what I'm gonna get, right? We might get something out of this multi. You never know, right? But with MiHoYo games, you don't really have that. Because it's just so hard getting a 5-star naturally without pity. Because 0.6%. Fuck MiHoYo, man. Holy fucking shit. Then, of course, with the hard pity and how the pity works across all the MiHoYo games, it's like, well, you know, if you didn't get the rate up character the first time, your next one's gonna be guaranteed. So, you know, chop chop. So. But yeah, I'm definitely extremely jaded when it comes to 5 stars. Like I've seen it all when it comes to like, you know, bad gacha luck and shit like that. Like for me to get actually excited and kind of like chip away at my jadedness, if that's even a word, I'd have to get like a role that I've literally never seen before, or a role that's just so astronomically unlikely. Right, hell, I'll get excited. I'll even get excited as a fucking double SSR roll or a double 5-star roll in a MiHoYo game, because that is like a 0.6% rate times 2, or 0.6% times 2. Are you fucking kidding me? Like it's happened before, but like I can count how many times it's happened to me across all my MiHoYo games with 2 hands. Like it doesn't happen often. It's very rare. So when it does happen, you know, I do kind of freak out a little bit. It's like, oh my god, okay, we got a double 5-star. I didn't expect that. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying it can't happen, but you know, usually I kind of know what to expect. And even worse, I also know what it feels like not getting what you were looking for, right? A lot of MiHoYo players, a lot of MiHoYo gacha players. There's this one example that I like to bring up. Back when Firefly first got released in Star Rail, there was this one Firefly fan account on Twitter that I saw, whose tweet that I saw crop up on my timeline one day earlier this year. Because yeah, Firefly released like earlier this year, around like May, April, sometime like that. Anyways, and obviously, you know, them being a Firefly fan account, obviously they were saving everything they could for Firefly. So by the time when her banner dropped, they went all in, right? They were like expecting, I believe the nature of their tweet went something along the lines of they were expecting to get an E6 Firefly and at least S1 or something, but they got shafted so hard that even with all their gacha currency that they did have, I don't know how much exactly they had though, they only ended up with like what, E2 S1 Firefly, and they were so fucking bummed out. Like they were like, oh, I only ended up with E2 S1 Firefly. I don't know, like this fucking sucked. I thought I was gonna get super lucky, but I didn't. I don't want to spend any more money on Honkai anymore, on Star Rail anymore. You know, yada yada yada, the whole like fucking self-pity kind of shit, right? Which I get, right? I get it. It sucks getting shafted on gacha, no matter which gacha you're playing, especially for a character that you've been looking forward to a lot. However, when I looked at that tweet, I was like, yeah, that sucks. But hey, you still got E2 S1 Firefly, and that's better than the Firefly I'll ever have, because my Firefly is only S0 E0 S1. Plus, at least you got something. You are very fortunate that you play a gacha game that has a soft pity, a hard pity, right? Like, you are very lucky you do not play another gacha game. And especially one that doesn't have a pity. Like, these new age gacha players do not know the absolute abject horror when it comes to how rolling on gacha used to be like in the dark days before 2020, before Genshin Impact came out and, for better or for worse, standardized a lot of things that we see in gacha games, especially these days. In like the what I like to call the new age or the new school age of gacha games, which basically describes in a nutshell any gacha game that came after 2020, which includes Genshin. Like, y'all have never played, you know, year 1 to year 1 FGO. Y'all have never played. Y'all have never had to experience the absolute gut-wrenching hell that is trying to fuck with heavy construction in Girls Frontline 1. Hell, even in Azure Lane, where Azure Lane has a fucking 7% SSR rate, bro, that can still fuck you over too, because you just constantly get a fucking, you know, machine gun spitting out off rate ups for you constantly. And you don't know if you're gonna get even the fucking elite character or not, like basically the 4-star. Because sometimes the Azure Lane gacha, even with how generous its gacha is, can sometimes on any given day be like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not giving you what you want. And you watch your cube stash and your coin stash slowly dwindle away, and your hopes get slowly but surely flushed down the fucking drain as multi after multi you keep doing more and more pulls just to not get the one character you were looking for. It can happen in literally any gacha game, even in a gacha as generous as fucking Azure Lane. Yeah, gacha games without pity is some shit, man. I'm glad. If there's one thing I'm glad MiHoYo did is that they standardized pity in like new school gacha games. Thank fuck, dude. As much as I sit here and flex my old man muscle and be like, you youngins, you fucking Zoomers and Gen Alpha kids, right? Don't know how bad it used to be. I wouldn't want them to know what the horrors of gacha gaming used to be like. I'll roast them for it, but I don't want them to know what it feels like. Because if kids these days are devastated by not getting as many copies of a character in a gacha game as they were expecting, I don't know how they're going to react if they were to ever play a gacha game that's any worse than a MiHoYo game that doesn't have a pity, and ask them, hey, roll this gacha. Try to get this character. And I don't want to know how they're going to react when they end up not getting it or not getting them. You're really funny when I'm grumpy. Thank you. I try to at least make my depression and my cynicism, if that's even the right word. More like pessimism. Yeah. No, I think cynicism is still right. At least entertaining. I'm a naturally very pessimistic person, and yeah. Could you tell that I'm a very jaded and very bitter person? I wonder. I think you could tell, right, guys? I think the streamer is a little bit bitter. But hey, at least if you're having fun listening to me fucking ramble and rant, hey, I've done my job as a streamer, man. I don't think of myself as a naturally funny person like a lot of other streamers are. I don't think I have the social skills to be that. So what I am good at, though, is being a bitter-ass motherfucker. And I will be that in spades. You know, play to your strengths, as they say. And this is my strength right here. Dekai? I mean, shit, man. Look at it. Look at the size of her titties. Look at these Yanagi titties, bro. Honestly, her titties probably look bigger in her 3D model here than they do in her gacha splash art. Yeah, dry humor. Yes, absolutely dry humor. Yeah, the driest humor you've ever seen. If you can even call it dry humor, I guess you can. But yeah. If you guys are, I mean, as long as you guys are entertained by me rambling and ranting on, like, that means, you know, I've done my job. Because the last thing I want is for me to just sit here and just ramble and rant about gacha games and other dumb shit like this, and for you guys to not be entertained. Because at that point, if you guys aren't entertained by, you know, me just like, you know, going on and on and on about gacha this, gacha that, why the fuck am I even streaming, right? I'm not even doing my job properly as a streamer at that point. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying my my, you know, unhinged tangents about gacha this, gacha that. So but yes, I gotta start somewhere. You know, today, you know, sub 100 viewer Andy, tomorrow the world, that kind of thing. Yanagi looks like the long-lost sister of Raiko. I can kind of see it. Though, to be fair, her pink hair is kind of throwing me for a loop. All this talk is like, oh, could be, what? Prime YouTube short content. You know, yeah, maybe I'll talk to my YouTube editor and see if he knows how to do like YouTube shorts and whatever. I'll give him this VOD and ask him if he's willing to like try to get like some YouTube short content out of it, or hell, maybe even stitch together, like edit together a quick little video that I can throw up on my YouTube channel or something. But yeah, thanks for the suggestions. I'll do what I can to try to see if we can make it happen. Me checking out the clock on her web. Yeah, honestly, unironically, the watch or her clock that's built into her spear sword thing is super cool. Actually, this is an incredible detail. That and the watch actually works, and it actually ticks properly. Yeah, this is super. This is a really neat detail. Just the Zenless animators fucking flexing even harder than they ever needed to. Oh, you know, what's that? Zenless animators just proving that they're the absolute goats of gacha animation. Oh yeah, just another day at the office. Nothing to see here. Just casually give a one of their characters an actual functioning clock or a watch on their gear. Yeah, no big deal. They can do that in their fucking sleep. Sheesh. Using time to distract us from her absolutely ginormous fucking titties. You should watch her trailer. Oh yes, we did see her trailer yesterday. I did see her trailer yesterday, and yeah, apparently she's got Oni blood. Apparently, or that's the implication. So I guess that's pretty cool. Because Sokaku, at the end of that trailer, Sokaku jumps into her arms and says she smells like her sister, who I assume was the former leader of the Oni clan or whatever. So yeah, cool trailer. I just wish we had more like backstory about what the fuck was going on. Because I didn't even know there was like a fucking Oni war that happened in the Zenless universe. At all. But apparently, from what I've been told, like we were never, the story has never even mentioned that at all, so nobody knew about it either. So I guess I'm not the only one. You do have a question though, still really new to Z3. You got Bernice and Caesar, thankfully. You find the combo underpowered. Any characters to pair better with Bernice? If you don't have Jane, which I'm pretty sure you do not, because you said you are new to Z3, so I'm assuming you started with Caesar's banner. Normally the character you want to pair with Bernice normally is Jane, but you didn't have her. You don't have her because I believe Jane was before Caesar. So instead of Jane, go with Piper. I don't know if you have a copy of Piper, but Piper is basically a 4-star version of Jane, because both Jane and Piper are physical anomaly characters. And they both have pretty much the same game plan, or pretty much the same play style. Maybe play style is a little bit can be a little bit more nuanced, but game plan, yes, their strategies are the same. Because their whole thing is to accumulate physical anomaly on enemies they fight, they hit, and until they cause assault, which is the physical like anomaly, like big anomaly thing that happens when their anomaly gauge fills up completely. And like I said earlier, Bernice, the way she plays is she puts burn on people, and then you switch to the character who puts anomaly on them, and by hitting them with more anomaly, Bernice's own burn will accumulate too and deal additional burn damage or like disorder or something along the lines of that. I think my Twitch chat can explain that in more detail, what exactly Bernice does. But I can tell you that if you don't have Jane, and Caesar and Bernice seems to be kind of an underwhelming duo, then if you have Piper, then that is your perfect alternative. If you don't have Piper, at that point I actually don't know who else you would use, because Bernice really wants an anomaly character. I suppose if you don't have Piper, you can try to roll for this girl who's on Raid Up right now, Yanagi. Yanagi is also an anomaly. She's electric though, but she's still an anomaly, and apparently she works very well with Bernice as well. So if you don't have Piper, if you had the funds to roll for Yanagi, then try to roll for Yanagi and use her with Bernice instead. You got all C6 of all the forests? Okay, perfect. Then yeah. In that case, if you don't have a big titty rat girl lady or rat lady, which unfortunately you missed out on her, and you know, hopefully she gets a rerun soon, then yes, Piper is your next best option to run with Bernice. And because Piper is also part of the same Sons of Caledon gang, that means you just roll. I think earlier in Twitch chat you said you got lucky and you see one or you got an extra copy of Red Marcus. Yeah, you can use Red Marcus with your Piper and Bernice team, because you know, you double up. Those are two Sons of Caledon members right there. Raiko redropped the goat when she did any commissions for Z3. MiHoYo does work with artists to like drop concept art, because remember when Tignari came out, it turned out that MiHoYo hired a commissioned Paco to draw to come up with Tignari's design. Paco, the dude who draws the Curry boys, right? Arjuna, Karna, the other Indian boys. So possibly, yeah, maybe they could get they could commission other artists, like well-known artists, to get them to, you know, put out some character designs for them that can eventually make it into the game. Just got C6 for Lucy. Oh, even better, actually. Thanks for mentioning Lucy. Since you have, especially now that you have C6 Lucy, level her up too, because normally Bernice's top tier team is gonna be Lucy, Bernice, and Jane. But since obviously you don't have Jane right now, use Piper. But yeah, that means you can run Lucy, Piper, and Bernice. Those three. Because Lucy is your resident attack buffer, and obviously attack buffs affect they buff Bernice and other anomaly characters. So you have a perfect team right there, a perfect Bernice Sons of Caledon team right there, and it's lore accurate too. We all love our lore accurate gameplay, don't we? How do you remember that? I tend to remember a lot of things. I kind of have to, because of how addicted I am to gacha games. Yeah, I tend to remember very specific things. Like if I talk to you in chat, right? Because obviously right now I'm a small streamer, and I can afford to sit here and talk to like basically everyone in chat if I wanted to, and usually I do. Yeah, if I have talked to you like in any capacity, like if I actually manage to have a conversation with you, I will remember what you said before, usually. Yeah, I can remember things. I know that most streamers don't do that, obviously, because I'm sure most streamers you watch are some of the bigger ones, and obviously if you're a bigger streamer, it's very hard to keep track of everyone in your chat, right? Like that's understandable. But yeah, I tend to remember things. That was the office woman so far. She's cute and she's hot. She's got huge titties, and best of all, her spear has a working clock, which is amazing. I did not expect this right here. Her weapon has an actual functioning clock on it, I think, or at the very least, the detail on its second hand going around constantly is very nice. I like that. I like that level of detail. Maybe it's not like a perfectly functioning clock, but still, at least it looks like it. I don't have her built yet, so I can't test her right now, or I can't test her right away. I still need to get her to level 60, and I need to level up her skills, and I need to farm more Denny's to pay for it all, blah, blah, blah. I gotta level up her disk drive as well. Oh, and I need to see if I can grab a good W engine for her, too. But so far, I've been hearing good things about her, and she looks great. Yeah, pink hair, big titties, my weakness. So yeah, I'm enjoying Yanagi already, even if I can't even use her right now, which is kind of funny. Do you think there's a chance to get M6 or C6 S rank character if you have 40? Oh, that's not a period. That's a decimal. That's not a decimal point. That's a comma, right? So 45k polychromes, 20 encrypted master tapes. Let me try doing some quick maths for you. Give me 1 second. Quick maths. So you said 45. Why did my mic mute? Sorry about that. Why did my mic mute? I didn't even press my mic button. I've noticed that my mic has tended to mute itself recently. I don't know why. Where did I last? When did I mic? When did my English is hard. When did my mic mute, chat? Also, this might be the last thing I talk about because I know this is already 10 o'clock and I basically have to end the stream now, before my upstairs neighbors fucking yell at me and call security on my ass for being a fucking noise complaint. Before you ask your question, that doesn't really help me here though, because I don't that's not good enough context. What's the damage of Devil Trigger Office Lady? I don't know. I haven't built her fully yet. I still need to work on my my Yanagi. Not high enough level. I can't work on her skills right now because I don't have the Denny's for it. And I have to level up her disk drives and give her an engine. Sorry, I just got it. No problem. But anyway, I'll just repeat what I said earlier. Yeah. Insomniacs, if you're still here in chat, just real quick, I'm gonna keep it very real with you. Your chances of getting M6 or E6 or C6 out of just those just that much with 45k polychromes, and 2 multis worth of tickets, it's very slim, man. Realistically, you're only looking at what, M2, and I'd say you're very lucky already if you manage to get like M3 or M4. So, do what you will with that information. How's the story in Zenless? The story in Zenless, I don't really follow it. I usually just skip the story because obviously when I'm juggling like 11 different gacha games at once, I do have to make some sacrifices here and there, and unfortunately story has to be one of them. So usually I don't follow story. However, I will say that if there were a MiHoYo game that I would actively follow the story for, it would be Zenless. Because I find Zenless's like setting and, you know, overall plot, I'm not talking about titty size either, despite what I have on my screen right now. I consider Zenless to be the most interesting from a story perspective. Genshin's story, like, I kind of already know what to expect, because, like, obviously Genshin's been out for 4 years now, and, you know, I kind of see, like, how, you know, I kind of understand how Genshin likes to write their story now. So, you know, it's more or less the same thing. Star Rail is way too fucking abstract and just too mediocre for my tastes, man. I don't really like Star Rail story at all. For Zenless actually has a plot and a storyline, or like a setting that I would actually, you know, vibe with, right? Because unlike Genshin, which is like, you know, fantasy, obviously, Star Rail is like very far distant future space travel, like magic tech bullshit, right? But Zenless is more like, you know, like modern day or like near modern day, maybe like a little bit in the past, like maybe the 90s or some shit, because apparently, you know, in the Zenless universe, people are still, maybe they reverted back to using like what, 90s tech or some shit like that, whatever the logic behind that is. So I want to say like maybe very near future, but still like recognizably modern day. I like that, right? I like that vibe. And like the story of like, oh, like you have these hollows come out of nowhere that have interrupted daily life, but it's not like, you know, the world's end or anything. Like life goes on as usual, and it's a story about people trying to, you know, take back their world kind of thing, right? And, you know, living life as best they can, really, in the middle of this hollow apocalypse sort of thing. I don't know. I vibe with Zenless story the most. So if there were a MiHoYo story that I would actually willingly follow, it would probably be Zenless. That, and this game actually has a fucking skip button, so I respect that. I respect that at least. Unlike the other 2 MiHoYo games that don't have a skip button, for fuck's sake. Zenless is the most down to earth and real, but yeah, exactly. Yeah. You vibe. It's very easy to vibe with this game. And this game just has so much personality and so much charm. It's very easy to just, like I said, like I keep saying, vibe with this game. It's not as easy to vibe with like Star Rail or even Genshin for that matter. because they're at the end of the day, their stories aren't exactly that relatable. So, yeah. Gotta go. I gotta go. Thanks for answering your question. Hey, no problem, Insomniacs. I'm gonna get off stream pretty soon here too. Anyway, so you're not gonna miss out on too much. But yeah, man. Good luck on your rolls. I hope you get your C6. I hope you get lucky. But yeah, I'm just letting you know, just being real. You're probably not gonna get it. But yeah, you never know, right? Ironically, the game with the shortest dialogue is the one that has skip. Yeah, exactly. Funny how that works, huh? You could watch recaps for Z3 story while grinding. Yeah, true. I could do that. Oh, not only that, but whenever you do skip Zenless story, I think they give you like a short little summary, right? Which is how gacha games should do it. Like, if you want to skip story, that's fine. But here's like, before you go, if you wanna know about the story a little bit, here's a quick little synopsis about what happens in this chapter. All gacha games should do that, really. Story so far just kind of like introduces the factions. I see, and that's fine. Yeah, the game's only been out for like what, 4 months, barely 4 months. So yeah. Because yeah, technically speaking, other than Sokaku, let me go back to my senless here. Other than Sokaku, Yanagi is our first like new Section 6 member, right? Because Sokaku is obviously our first one. But she was the only one for a while, like for the last like 4 months, right? Because the game introduced us, like they did introduce Section 6, but we focused more on obviously obviously Bellabog Heavy Industries, obviously Victoria Housekeeping, at least these two factions as like the default story, right? And then the first faction we started exploring into was PubSec, or the police force, with Zhuyuan, Qingyi, and then obviously Jane. And then after these three, after the PubSec arc, we went into the Sons of Caledon arc, right? So yeah, and I guess now that we've done the Sons of Caledon arc, we've gotten, acquainted with them now properly. Now it looks like they're gonna introduce us properly to Section 6 with Yanagi, right? So yeah, that's fine. I don't mind the first, like, the 1.0, like the 1.x client version for Zenless just being like introductory chapters. Take it nice and slow, right? Make sure to introduce all the factions properly so that we as players can form actual fucking connections with them. Your polychrome is still, you're still gathering, you're still collecting more polychromes. Because you never pulled any S ranks yet on your account. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, when you wanna spend it all for like a C6 character, I wish you the best. I will say, Insomniacs, just for some food for thought, to take with you going to the future. I will tell you, if you want at least a solid or like a decent chance at rolling a C6 or an M6 or an S6 character in a MiHoYo game, I would say the minimum benchmark should be around 80,000. Because that's how much I spent on my luckiest 5-star, or on my luckiest C6 character in Genshin, who was Yoimiya. I remember rolling for Yoimiya, a couple years ago, I think 3 years ago at this point, and I remember her costing around 80k Primo Gems, the equivalent of Polychromes. And I remember my Yoimiya rolls being very lucky. Like I won most of my coin flips. I even got a couple like 1 or 2 early 5-stars, and it still cost me around like 80,000 Primo Gems, or Polychromes. If you're talking about Zenless. So, and that was me being lucky. So, yeah, just keep in mind 80,000. Keep in mind 80,000. So, when do you think we're getting outfits? I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Like, I mean, we already know Genshin already does like alternate costumes, but like, who knows if the Zenless team will, the Zenless developer team will decide to use skins or not. I don't know. It's a toss-up. I guess we'll see. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they put out alternate skins for the characters, but we won't know until they actually do it. Arknight's story is really good, but you get why not all people are insane and read the story. Yeah, but to be fair, Arknights can afford to have a long-ass story, a long-ass and like very long-winded story, a very verbose story, because they have a skip button. So if you don't want to read through it all, then you can just skip it. And plus, Arknights gives you a good little synopsis about what's going on, so you at least have an idea about what's going on, right? Without just skipping it and being like, oh, I have no idea what the fuck just happened. So yeah, like Arknight's, like a gacha game can be can have as long of a story as they want to, as long as they have a skip button. Is the thing. But yeah, maybe, you know, maybe they should learn how to write shorter stories. Aren't skins already in the game if you go to the W button? You mean like the drive the engine button? Engine? I guess so, technically, but those are just for engines though. I would imagine from a developer standpoint, making a skin for an engine is a lot easier than making a whole ass new skin for a character, right? There are some outfit mods out there that serve as some sort of preview to a potential skins. Yeah, but they're mods, and obviously they're unofficial. But yeah, like if you really want like alternate costumes for your characters, you can look into mods. They're out there if you know where to look. And you do need to learn how to like actually install them though, and that might take a little bit of finagling, especially if you've never like modded a game before. But you know, I'm sure you'll get it down. But yeah, unfortunately, mods are still unofficial, so you know, they're not really indicative of like what could be like official like alternate skins for this game. Because at the end of the day, mods are still are still, you know, fan made. So, but yeah, some of the skins out there are really good, especially in Genshin too, because Genshin's been out for 4 years. So people who make like alternate costume mods for Genshin have gotten really good at it. So there are some fantastic mods out there, especially for Genshin. If some indie dude can do it, then Hoyo definitely could do it. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, MiHoYo can't do it. Like, they're physically incapable of doing it. It's more of like a workload problem, or hell, even a like a development direction problem, right? Because remember that developer teams have like a head manager, right? Someone who's in charge of the entire project, and all like the buck stops with them, kind of thing, and they call all the major shots. If the director themselves, whoever they are for Zenless, doesn't want to include skins for this game, they're not going to put them in. Simple as that. For like whatever reason, we might not know what their reason is, but you know, if it's their decision, if it's their call, it's their call. So of course MiHoYo can make great skins. Yeah, I mean they've already made skins for Genshin, so we know they can do it. But it's at that point it's more of a developer decision kind of thing. So we have to cross our fingers and pray that they will be willing in the future to come out with some skins for some characters, because like it's been what, like over a year and a half in Star Rail, and Star Rail still doesn't have like technically alternate skins. I mean, you could kind of argue March is, but you know, she's more of a fully fledged character than a skin. So Genshin skins are kind of mid though. I mean, if you're comparing them to like the latest and greatest mods that people have put out there, then sure, maybe. I think they're still good on their own. The issue is that they don't make more skins, right? They've only made, God, how many skins are there in Genshin? Like only about 16 over the course of like 4 years or something. Like that's not a lot. So like, and the thing is that the more skins you make in a gacha game, or just any game in general, right? The more skins you make, the better you get at like making skins, right? You like developers like hone their skills when it comes to like anything that develop, right? And that includes creating skins. So like it's important if you want to put out skins for a game, you put out as many of them as you can, because that's how you practice making skins, and over time you get better and better at it. So that, you know, by the time a gacha game becomes like, I don't know, like a year or two old, right? Maybe 3 years old or something. Like the skins that you have that you're putting out by the time you reach year 2 or year 3 are much better than what you had in year 1. Like you want to see some progress there. But the fact that, you know, MiHoYo clearly doesn't bother making more skins than they already have, right? Or they don't put out skins on a regular basis. Like how much like experience do they have still, right? Which is probably a big reason why their skins don't really look that much better than, you know, the first few skins that they started putting out back, you know, 3-4 years ago or something. More like only 9 skins. I think there are like 16. It's just like half of them were free, right? Half of them were free and the other half like you actually have to pay for. Something like that. From Star Rail leaks, they're gonna just make more alternate characters instead of skins. Yeah, not surprising. Because again, yeah, MiHoYo. I've said this before, like a long time ago, but like the logic with MiHoYo games is that because they're so popular, right? And MiHoYo knows that their players will just roll for more characters. Why on earth, from their perspective, should they waste their time and efforts and their resources on making just skins, right? When they could just develop new characters that'll just make them way more money, right? So they're disincentivized from making more skins because they know that making new characters instead, just whole ass new characters, are just going to be way more profitable. So that also sucks too. You feel like Hoyo is too lazy to make skins personally, but they're making money without them. I mean, they are lazy. You're not wrong, Lord Voice. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree 100%. Right? They know that they don't have to make additional skins because they can just rely on their regular gacha revenue, right? Just, oh, why should we make a skin for our characters, or why should we put out like a lot of skins on a regular basis when we just, you know, put out more characters and have people roll for them? Yeah, it's absolutely lazy by MiHoYo, on MiHoYo's part. Yeah, like maybe for like Star Rail and Zenless, maybe if the initial design, like the game design, was to never put in skins, that'd be one thing. But with Genshin, it's like, okay, you guys can do skins, so why aren't you guys making more? Right? No, you're right. It's absolutely lazy shit. Yeah, at this point, I'd rather see MiHoYo work on, you know, putting out more skins for Genshin characters than them fucking doing whatever the fuck story is at right now. Like, honestly, I'm at that point, really. I'm just that petty, I guess. Yanagi's JP and Sokaku's EN voice actresses have been replaced. I mean, I understand Sokaku's EN voice because, you know, the whole strike thing. But Yanagi's JP? What happened with her? Did she insult the great Chinese Communist Party or something, or what? Or was it like a personal thing? Because I know that some, like for example in Nikkei, Amalie, who used to voice Viper in Amalie, or in Nikkei, she stepped back from that role because she said she already had too much going on already. So that's why they replaced Viper's voice because Amalie was just too busy. So maybe it's a situation like that. I don't know. Old Yanagi is unnamed. Okay, we don't. I guess they replaced her a long time ago. Okay, if we didn't know who old Yanagi's JP voice actress was, no, that's fine. Because Hannah made it sound like it was like a recent thing. They put more effort balancing the card game in Genshin than the main game. I mean, yeah, it does make sense because you can actually play PvP in the Genshin TCGs. So. Zenless is a breath of fresh air after playing Genshin for so long. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. Zenless is right now the most fun MiHoYo game out of the three that are out right now. Or the three big MiHoYo games, for sure. It's just such a different pace. It's just such a different pace. And honestly, it's, like you say, it's very refreshing. Yanagi's VA wasn't replaced. It's just that the older one was temporary, and the current VA just replaced the old recordings. Oh, okay. So the old VA was just a placeholder then. Gotcha. So no drama necessarily. Gotcha. Got it. Change in Sokaku's voice is actually back to the old one. So full timeline was release is new voice or release old voice, then new voice, then back to old. Okay, that's kind of funny. I kind of wonder what the story is behind that. You spent for Bernice for asset reasons. I understand. I see you too are a fellow man of culture. Oh, excuse me. Z3 has all the stuff you want Genshin to have. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Zenless is a bit of a window into what we know Genshin could be. Yet MiHoYo will not let Genshin get to that point, right? Let us in! Let us in! Let me in! One day we'll come first full circle and have both of them like mashed together. I mean, I'm just wondering why MiHoYo doesn't go crazier. Doesn't just go crazy and they just start doing like cross collabs with each other, right? Oh yeah, oh, one day Genshin will get Star Rail characters and Zenless Zone Zero characters. Zenless gets a Star Rail character and Genshin characters, and obviously Star Rail gets Zenless characters and Genshin characters. Hey, maybe even bring in some Honkai Impact characters. I mean, they already are, or we already have Honkai Impact characters, but here we are. Hey, Fobmaster. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream today. Hope your Yanagi rolls were good. Greatly appreciate it. 411 raid. 411 raid. What's going on, everybody? Let me introduce myself. My name is ToaSniper98. I am I'm pretty sure Fobmaster watched my gacha god video on his stream before, but I am the self-proclaimed god of gacha because of this.